and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Sane.
I do my own DJ.
Oh, there we
go. Let's get.
I ain't waiting on no Zach Boy today, man.
No, there you go. Do your own thing.
What I look like waiting on
You're
Zach.
coming in hot now. You're like, you're hot.
Yeah,
I want to turn that.
I don't be thinking I'm hot enough.
Just a little bit. Yeah, you might want to adjust your headphones there, though.
Man, I can't hear nothing.
Your levels are good. You just gotta get those headphones cranked up there. Everything else is good.
Yeah.
What up, everybody? Is anybody with us? Text in 360-8255 on the First Bank text line. It's June 1st, day after Memorial Day, day after a late Grizzlies game. Is anybody up with us? I mean, before we even say hi to you, my name is Sweet Pea, joined by Anthony Sane. Of course, you got Zach Boy producing the program. Y'all up with us? Y'all here?
I don't expect you to be. And if you weren't, I'm not going to be offended at all.
I will be offended.
Memorial Day Grizzly game was super late.
I know. That's what I mean. I feel like everybody got to wake up. Y'all got to go to work. I know you don't want to. I know you want to lay in that bed. That bed is nice right now. That bed is, lovely. Feels so good. Get all snuggled up in those covers. But you got to get up. You got to get to work. You got to make it happen. So we had to do. We had to drag our sorry behinds out of bed. So you got to too. Jump on in and let us know what you thought. We're going to talk a lot about the game last night. Obviously, the Grizzlies now down 3-1 to the Jazz. A spirited effort, as it has been for the entire series. Spirited efforts have been the Grizzlies' thing. But spirited alone does not get it done, Anthony Sane.
No, it doesn't.
And we are finding out the difference between pure effort and heart and all that stuff and execution and ability and all that stuff. Just different levels. There's levels to this.
Oh, there's levels to it for sure.
There's levels to it, and the Jazz are at a higher level. I don't think there's too much more to it than that. We're going to talk a lot about what we saw, about who performed, about who didn't, what that means for the future, all that stuff. We'll talk about the other playoff matchups as well.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries becoming a bigger concern for so many of these series. We'll discuss all of that. Some NFL news as we are at a key cap day, which means that there could be some movement around the league as a result of that. We'll discuss that. Naomi Osaka withdraws from the French Open as a result of all of the media discussion and her she doesn't want to deal with the media stuff. She doesn't want to deal with it. She doesn't think it's right. She doesn't think it's good for her. So she's not going to do it, and they're going to keep finding her. She says, well, I'm just going to withdraw anyway. A very, very bold move. We'll discuss what it means and all of that going forward. If you want to join us, you can. As I mentioned, text in. We'd love to hear from you. We just want you to say hello. Just say hello. Text us. Send us a picture. What are you up to this morning? 360-8255, 901-360-8255. We are, of course, in the Family Leisure Studios right here in the beautiful Mid-South. Anthony Sane, you look like you're right there next to the trampoline.
Man, I wish I could just lay down on that joint.
At Family Leisure.
Yeah.
As a kid, it was nice to lay down on the trampoline, but then people would come and jump on it, and then you'd bounce you around.
Yeah, you fly up in there.
Yeah, it's just, you couldn't lay down on the trampoline for very long. It does look like a lot of fun, though. A lot of good family stuff. Today, it'll be a little rain, a little bit cooler. So rain could be a possibility, although it's not bad out there right now. So just keep that in mind as you do your thing. Sane, tell me about it.
Super fun night last night. I ain't gonna lie. There were some frustrating moments, but
Was it because of the game or was it because of something else?
nah, it was it was. I ain't gonna lie, man. I enjoyed myself yesterday because even with the frustrations of the countless numbers of threes that Utah was hitting, the ridiculous foul calls they get. Because there was some stuff, man. And I was talking to my boy Josh. Who's Josh with, Zach? He's with Channel 3, huh?
Yeah, Channel 3, man.
My boy Josh, he's a Memphis native, I think, or Chicago native. Went to the University of Memphis.
Yes,
something like that.
Shout out to Shy and Pearl, by the way. Appreciate y'all. See this? That's politeness right there. Appreciate y'all.
Man, I can't see nothing. I can't see the screens. I can't see nothing.
Well, I'm telling
man,
you,
this mic sounds super bassy too, man. Like I'm hearing like my heart beating this joint.
I think it's your headphones. You sound fine, Dust. Not abnormal.
I don't know. Shout out though.
It's that board, maybe.
Yeah, it's the board. What I was saying. Oh, I was telling Josh, my frustration is that the stuff that Utah gets away with.
Josh who?
I can't think of Josh's last name. What's his last name?
Vincent.
Yeah. Joshua Vincent. That's my guy's name.
Okay. Joshua.
He works for Channel 3.
Joshua
him
Vincent?
and Zach in that same club. We talked about that this morning.
Wait, whoa. What same club?
Interesting.
I ain't gonna put my boy Josh out. I don't do him. I do him off there. But I was talking about how like cool, like Utah gets to the line. There's definitely a skill in drawing fouls, but it's like, bro, you still have to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff that Utah gets away with, like it's not even basketball plays, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? They called a foul on Grayson Allen guarding Donovan Mitchell where Grayson ran past him. Like he wasn't making a move towards Donovan Mitchell at all. And Donovan Mitchell leans into contact, falling on the ground. Like, bro, like that's not basketball. Like you can't just have a whistle ready to what it looks like you have a whistle ready to call a foul every time Donovan Mitchell misses a shot. Like it's like, bro, it's crazy. And that was frustrating, but I genuinely enjoyed disconnecting myself from the now and being fine and comfortable in the future of the Grizzlies. Because I was like, okay, this Utah team is freaking ridiculous. Like they've got shooters all over the court. They've got 4 shooters on the court at all time. And if you miss, if you come down and don't capitalize on what their mistakes, they're going to capitalize on yours. But I was just at peace the whole game. I had fun. I enjoyed seeing fans there again. And there's a lot of people talking about bougie fans or whatever. I'm not experiencing what these people are seeing. Like first of all, I ain't seen no fans here in a year. So what are y'all comparing this to? But it was just good, man. Like it was good to just see the team see glimpses of the future and just know, okay, that's fine. That's a growing pain. We'll get past that. But look at us here on the biggest stage playing against the best team in the NBA and going toe to toe with them, but coming up short.
Yeah, toe to toe, both toes, right there. All 10 of them going at it. It was what it was last night. I saw some of the bougie fan thing. We can talk about that, but I saw a little bit of that. But at the end of the day, man, look, we've discussed this before. There are frustrations. You can understand why. Some people are annoyed with the Jazz. You can understand why they're irritated by the way they play, some of the nonsense that's out there. It happens a lot. There are a lot of complaining. There's a lot of whining and all that stuff. But, man, look, they're also extremely good.
Oh, incredible.
Micah says you do sound super bassy.
Yeah, man, it's strange. Well. Like, I sound like –
I don't know. You don't sound super – does he sound super bassy to you, Zach? It doesn't sound –
I mean, like a little bit, but it's not like –
I am hearing a lot more of your mouth noises as well.
Exactly, bro. Like
I'm hearing like a lot of –
I'm scared to breathe right now. I'm Chris Harrington over here.
I'm hearing a lot of kind of thing. Like it's
sound like my boy Chris Harrington. Hold on. I'm not stopping. It's real. That's what I sound like.
I mean,
John Harden, text in how I can EQ this joint.
Zach, can you EQ that for him?
Yeah, doing a break.
I haven't learned that. They didn't. CJ didn't teach me that part.
I'm gonna call CJ. He might be free right now. What's he doing?
I think he's got about Got about half hour before he's. So I think you might be okay.
Yeah.
Text in, CJ. I know you're not supposed to, but text in. 360.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't I be friends with people down the dial?
You can be friends. He's not down the dial. He's down the
internet.
Down the internet.
Interwebs.
You can be. You can be friends. We are friends. I'm just saying, he can't come on the air talk about it.
Peter, I'm about to come in there with you, bro. Put your mask on.
Don't come in here with me.
I can't take this, bro. I'm scared to breathe right now.
you sound like Darth Vader.
I told you I don't sound
Oh,
right.
you sound fine. You sound fine. Yeah.
You did sound fine, except for your mouth. Your mouth noises are. It's not like you're eating like an egg McMuffin or something.
It's Chris Harrison over here.
Like that business. Some people are into that though.
I'm not really sure if what does Chris Harrison say all the time? I can't.
That's not his fault. Just go with Giannato. Just say Giannato.
No.
Just stick with Giannato. Be done with it.
I'm
Lisa
not really
says
sure
here.
if John's shooting problems are because of his form or. Shoot, man.
What?
You all right, fam?
What is going on?
But no. I'm making fun of Harrison. Harrison might got narcolepsy. No, he might got wake apnea.
Lisa says she's here as well. So
Who's Lisa? I can't see the screen.
Lisa on the texter.
I can't see the text. I can't see
She
nothing.
says she's here as well, so we appreciate that.
All right.
All of our ladies that are listening are very kind enough to check in, which we appreciate. Thank you very much. That's very kind.
We do have a loyal group of lady listeners.
Yes, we do, and they're very very thoughtful as well, which is nice.
The triple L's, the 3 L's.
We appreciate our ladies out there. Check in, fellas and ladies, please check in, because we're just checking on you this morning. Honestly, after Memorial Day weekend, late Grizzly game, all that, you probably got to get up for work. We're basically trying to wake you up here, so this is like a wake up call. Like just check in, see what's going on. Doing all right? Y'all are good? Everything's cool? I appreciate that. 360-8255 if you want to jump in on the First Bank text line. First Bank phone line's open as well at 360-8255. We can take your phone calls here with young Zacharias. Zacharias, are you how you feeling? You were working last night down at the Forum.
I didn't go to sleep till like 1 o'clock this morning, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to sleep. But I have to say this. That was my first playoff game that I went to last night. Working and sort of quasi as a fan. Like, playoff basketball is different.
Oh, it's real different.
It's a different energy. Like regular season, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna play whoever. But it's like, oh, this is the team that we got to play for 4 out of the 7 games. It's like, all right, like we're about to get lit for these 2 home games. Like it was a different energy. I had goosebumps pretty much since opening tip.
It's definitely different. It seems like they tuned down or turned off the arena noise.
Yeah, because it was not needed. Like,
it was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
It wasn't needed.
I'm
like
starting to think that the Grizzlies do listen to our show in the morning and be like, okay, well, like let's work on that.
I don't think,
for real though.
I don't think that's true because the music's not changed.
Oh yeah, they didn't change it for nothing. But they did have like a Memphis rap night though.
They did. But don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that trap.
I think some of that stuff they just
I had to
can't
have
help,
some discussions with some people in this market. I can't say anything further about. People thought I was sending them coded messages via this show about certain things.
Hey, it might be a real thing, bro.
I was like,
anything but the music. They just we're not changing it. Bow the bang, the bang, bang.
We've got those playlists since 2007, and we're not changing them. They were really good. Those things were fire.
What's that song?
Well, the one that goes right here, right now, right here, right now. It's been there every time. Like that song came out in like 1998 or so. Come on.
Hey, what's the song that goes? What's that? Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman. Yeah. Enter Sandman's fine. Like periodically. You just don't have to have it all the time. All these things are fine periodically, just not like every single time. Like ugh.
You know what I think about all the time? Like, let's say the Grizz says, okay, I'm done. I quit. Right.
Grizz, as in the mascot Grizz?
The mascot Grizz. I can't think of his name. He's a cool dude, though. Let's say he says, okay, I'm done. I'm about to move on. Or he ages out of the job.
I'm not going to say his name. He's not going to age out.
All right, but
He's
the point I'm trying to make is,
I'm not putting his business out there.
let's say that,
But he's not.
Yes.
He's in phenomenal shape.
Let's say that, like,
he's not going.
Grizz is in great shape.
Yeah,
let's say some movies say we need a
he ain't gonna
stunt
be
man.
moving,
Let's say
yeah.
like Marvel says they need a stunt man,
Sure.
and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gone, right? So, how do you replace that dude? Because his job description is a little, you know what I mean? It's like most NBA teams is like you just gotta be a hype man, dance, whatever. This dude is like hype man, dance, takes pictures with kids, gets thrown through tables, wrestles.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like how do you replace that guy who does
you
all
would
that?
probably change. You just probably change the style of the mascot.
Yeah, because I know
There's
one
lots
thing.
of mascots who are pretty active though. If you look around the league, there's plenty of like go back to the Phoenix Gorilla back 30 years ago.
Oh, he
who
used to be
started like rappelling down from the ceiling and all that stuff. Like,
Right.
He was they all that stuff. I mean, they got some goofball ones like the Houston guy who's just kind of a big. You're right there.
Man, nah. Hey, but check this out though. Like,
Did you scenes over there smacking and burping?
nah, man, I'm in bad shape. Nah, like this is stuff I can get away
I'm
with.
worried. I'm worried.
This is all stuff I can get away with on a normal mic situation. Man, I got the mic from hell over here. It's like,
Is this how you normally? This isn't sounds you normally make? We
man,
start hearing
yeah,
them?
but I can, I normally can,
You're over here.
I use can hide this stuff.
Oh man.
But no, man.
Or he looks at me and like go ahead, like
Man,
Oh,
kill
yeah,
my
yeah,
mic.
yeah,
You
kill
can't
my
see
mic.
me.
Yeah.
You can't. I'm behind the TV over here. You can't even see me. No,
Yeah.
but check this out though, because like there was a moment when he got up on the ladder or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and like BLJ was holding the like physically holding the ladder. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Like I'm not.
Smile and wait.
I was
No,
I
like,
was
hold on,
terrified
hold on,
for him,
Zach, hold
man.
on. Like there's no way in the world I'm getting on a ladder that a human being has to hold up. If it's reinforced by a dude.
But that's why you're not the.
No.
That's not your gig.
No.
It's not your job. It's not what you're supposed to.
I
be doing out
would feel horrible if one of those stunts went wrong.
there. Yeah, and you should, and you should. Shout out to
Grizz, the Grizz dude
let's
under the
see.
Grizz.
Yeah, I can't say that. Shout out to other texter says, "What up? We need some 6'6" 3-point shooters. # Pine Hill for life."
Man, who is it?
That's what he says.
It's somebody I know probably. What's his name?
There's no name.
Man, text your name. If you talking about Pioneer, I know that's a shout out to me.
That's got to be. Text that name in there. Let us know what's going on. 360-8255 on the first bank. Text line 360-8255 on the first bank. Phone lines. We're talking about the Jazz and the Grizzlies last night. When we come back, we'll get into the game itself. Again, a lot of positives, to take from it. Honestly, just not quite good enough. That's how it goes sometimes. We'll discuss when we come back here live and local from the Family Leisure Studios on a Soft Rock Tuesday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better. They've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you. The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
Is your bank standing in the way of you and your sportsbook? Try Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. No more bank delays or failures. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market, the interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, there's no new accidents on the roadways, but there's a big but. We got rain coming. So you know the drill. Let's give yourself some time, some space. 2 hands on the wheel. Let's be alert. I know it was a late night last night, but we got rain coming. So keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Sorry, Charlie, for the imposition.
Coach Zach out here trying to coach up these drivers.
I got the strength to carry on.
Colonel said something about a big butt.
Big butt?
Where is it?
Huh?
You said something about a big butt. I walked in here and said you said something about a big butt.
Oh, I was telling them there's no accidents, but
She's gone.
Then you said big butt. Okay.
I said, but there's a big butt.
Exactly.
We have rain.
You gotta take advantage of the situation. You got me and Peter in the studio, man. You gotta come with the hits, man. For real.
She gone. It's close to be in this song for the Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, we gone.
1 game away.
We gone.
It was Peter Everson and Mouth Noises saying joining us here.
Chris Sanington.
I'm just
Man, this is awful.
smacking.
The Egg McMuffin still stuck in my mouth.
I think that's your issue. You do you always eat Egg McMuffin for show or what?
Man, it's got in the mix. That white egg kind of yucked your mouth up a little bit.
Get you some water, man. Like,
Nah, man, it's just.
It was 120 to 113. Jazz knock off the Grizzlies in Game 4 last night in a Rockin' FedEx Forum. Everyone excited, everyone into it. It was. Listen, the playoffs are different, and I'm glad that you guys mentioned that because it's one of the things that I think is so important about this series for the Grizzlies. Playoff basketball, not only from the fans' perspective, is different, but also just from a strategy and the way that the game is played. It's different. It's different than regular season basketball. It's better. There's a lot more to it. I think we play too many games. I've at first I was kind of like, it took me a while to come around to this, but I really have come around to it. I think they need to reduce the number of regular season games, period. Like, forget about 82 game season is just too, there's too much. They're never going to do it because the teams want the inventory, but it's too much, and it doesn't allow for guys to prepare. And on top of that, you could see with the playoffs, like the effort level, the strategy level is so much higher.
Mm-hmm.
You really have teams can really scheme for your mismatches. You're seeing how the Jazz are able to scheme for the fact that the Grizzlies can't put shooters on the floor, and the size mismatches are problematic, and you're seeing how they're taking advantage of that. With Bogdanovic, and some of their bigger wings that are outside, and then they have the athletic advantage in certain matchups too. So they've used that really, really well. And you've seen some of the Grizzlies moves, lineup wise to try to adjust to that. Some successful, some not so much. But playoff basketball is just different. It's just different. Some guys are playoff. Like I always talked about with the Grizzlies teams, saying of the grit and grind era, for the most part, those were regular season teams. And when they got in the playoffs and teams could kind of scheme for them, it was a lot easier for them to deal with the way that team played.
Right.
But you some teams are better in the postseason. Some teams are that's when you turn things up a little bit. So you saw that last night with and you've seen it throughout the series really with the Jazz. Apart from their 3-point shooting in Game 1, last night they were 17 of 34 from three, shooting 50% from three on 34 attempts. That's just phenomenal. 46% from the field overall. You're not beating them. I mean you're just not you're not beating that team when they shoot 50% from three. You're not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I had a conversation with someone yesterday. I can't remember who it was, but we were talking about
was it Josh Vincent, Chris Harrington? Who else will take some of these strays?
Harrington ain't coming out the bubble. Oh,
Chris Harrington. I'm sorry, buddy. Nerd patrol.
Oh yeah, nerds gotta stick together. Harrington, my guy, man. I mean, Harrington's supposed to meet up and get some soul food one day soon. Man. I'm about to text him.
Not anymore. Not after what you said.
Man, that's my guy, man. Hey, y'all know Summer 16 saying got to come out. Y'all, those you don't know what I mean by that. In Summer 16, every media member in the city is catching these strays on my podcast and on my radio show.
That's right.
Y'all were getting this work, so this ain't nothing. This is my version. But we were talking about the New York Knicks. And I'm sure we'll talk about them later. And it was like, man, the Knicks just fell off. I was like, no, like it's playoff. Like I said, the Knicks remind me of the old grit and grind teams where, see if y'all can catch this analogy. You ever been like playing pickup basketball and it's a dude who's like 2 series out there? Like, dude, like we all want to win, but you're just doing the most. Like you're playing super hard. Like Jaren Johnson used to play for the University of Memphis. Like he didn't. I saw him play in a charity game. He was like on 13. But the way that the Grizzlies play the old Grizzlies used to play hard-nosed, hard defense, 48 minutes, all those type of things. Everybody does that in the playoffs. I mean, so then it comes down to, okay, who's the better team? Who's got more skill? Who can knock down shots? And that's why a team like the Knicks who plays like their hair's on fire every possession during the regular season, I mean, it's playoff time now. So, like, everybody's doing it. So, yeah, and we saw that last night as well with Utah, who's, man, they're phenomenal. That team is a juggernaut for sure. You got a guy who, and Donovan Mitchell, who can score off the dribble whenever he wants to. Jordan Clarkson is a bootleg version of him coming off the bench. You've got crazy shooters. You got the best defensive big man in the league. And Gobert is insane. He's not the best offensive player in the world, but his feet are so good, man. Like his response, reactions, instincts are all incredible defensively. He just kind of knows where to be offensively as well.
He's a phenomenal defensive player.
Yeah, and because man, he is giving JV work on both sides of the court. And I thought JV was gonna have a game where he gets him this series. That game ain't happened yet, man. Gobert has literally taken JV out of this series, and JV, he looks kind of deflated, like I just can't do nothing with this dude. Like I can't do JV things against him at all. And Utah's good. I tip my hat to him, but they're definitely ready for playoff basketball. Dare I say that the Utah Jazz might come out of the West?
I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, they're the number one seed.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing that people, everyone's been kind of just downgrading the Jazz for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like they got everything you want. They were top 5 offense, top 5 defense in the league. Those teams typically make it to the finals and usually win. That's what happens. So they are. If you look at that statistical analysis, they should be in the mix there. They got a bunch of dudes who can make shots. Sometimes those 3-point shots are going to miss. That'll happen from time to time. So they'll have to deal with those sorts of games. But they also have the ability, as you saw last night, the dribble penetration was killing the Grizzlies. They just don't. I thought man, look, I got really. You can critique if you want. Kyle Anderson maybe didn't play as much because you saw. I think Taylor Jenkins was searching for some lineups. With a little more speed and a little more surefire shooting potentially. Jaren playing a little bit more. That meant Kyle didn't play as much. Maybe that's something that you want to quibble with. But I mean, look, they finally got midseason DeAnthony Melton in that fourth quarter. Like, I mean, he scored 15 points in about 6 minutes of time in the fourth quarter, and he had scored 17 points combined in the entire postseason to that point. Huge to see him back in the mix. Grayson Allen, I thought, played some of the best defense we've seen from him all year. I mean, he played really well defensively. Stayed in front of Donovan Mitchell on a couple of different occasions. Desmond Bane, I thought was fine. 3 of 3 from the field. Played as well defensively as he could play. The Grizzlies, there's really not much to quibble with as far as the performance goes. I mean, they played really well. Didn't shoot the three that well, but they're not a great shooting team. That's especially if Jaren is going to be 3 of 10. That's going to be because Jaren's your best shooter other than Bane, I suppose. And Ja had a rough night from shooting the ball. But look, man, they played really well. They're just not good enough. That's okay.
And they just look so small.
They are.
Sound
they
like
are
my
small
mom right now. But.
They are small. I mean, they are small, man. They're all apart from the Conley and Mitchell. There are advantages all over the floor for the Jazz, size wise, just all over the place.
The thing about the Grizzlies is that I've said a lot of positive things about the future and how I feel like everything's in good hands and everything will be okay. Just give us a good offseason. But this is what it is, whether you want to admit it or not. But I might be shaping this up wrong, but this is how I view it. The days of let's play Bane, Grayson, and Melton and hope one of them has a good game. Let's see whose turn it is to have a good game. Their strategy can't go forward.
No.
They've got to consolidate those three into something. I don't care if it's 2 of them. I prefer there's 1 of them. I pick one because having 3 undersized shooting guards, well, Bane's fine. He's okay. But that's just not it. Like those 3 guys combined are a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But splitting them 3 ways and playing all 3 of them at the same time or in the same rotation, it gets problematic. And people are like saying this Utah Jazz team is a horrible team to look at and say we need to do this because they're kind of an anomaly. There's not many Utah Jazz type teams in the NBA. But
no, a lot of people are talking about you just need to get out there.
Probably go get a big man.
Prevent them from shooting 3. Well, how are you going to do that? Explain like that sounds good. That sounds good in theory, but how are you going to actually do that with the Grizzlies personnel? It just doesn't happen that way. As far as what you're talking about with the bench, I think you need more consistent performance from all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You need to improve that bench situation. Again, it highlights. What they really could use is Justice Winslow. If they had a guy with size,
it's disappointing that
he is perfect for this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they just don't have the personnel to go up against the Jazz. They're missing something. And the something they're missing is Justice Winslow. He's big. He's switchable. He could do a lot of different things defensively that would allow you to neutralize some of that 3-point shooting, but he's not out there, and you can't put him out there. And he played himself, right out of the mix. Again, I've talked about it before. I'd be fine with Justice Winslow coming in there and absorbing some minutes. The problem is, man, look, the Jazz scored 120 points last night, and they only scored 20 points in the fourth quarter of a playoff game. They've put up 140. They will score a ton of points. Can you have a guy out there who is an absolute 0 on offense? Just a straight nothing on offense. You can't. You can't have him out there. And that's the same thing with Brandon Clark right now. You just can't have him out there. So those guys both would be useful in this matchup. They have size, they have switchability, they have some athletic ability. All that stuff would be great. You can't play them. So the Grizzlies are kind of playing the series with one hand tied behind their back to some extent. That's not easy against a team as good as the Jazz. I think the Grizzlies deserve a lot of credit for how hard they fought. I mean, they've never once backed down. They continue to make runs. When the Jazz look like they're going to pull away, the Grizzlies hang in there. When the Jazz scored 41 points in the third quarter, the Grizzlies scored 33. They didn't give up, and when the Jazz were just executing relentlessly over and over. But that's the thing; it's relentless, man. It never stops. And all it takes is 1 or 2 bad Dillon Brooks possessions on offense, and we saw them at the end of the game. That's it. I mean, that's
game
all.
Over.
The game over. I mean, that's it.
Yep.
It's not
two bad decisions. Game's over.
I mean, it sucks, but that's Dillon. Unfortunately, as good as well as he's played, and as much as he deserves a lot of credit for being fantastic, you saw not even bad Dylan. That's the thing, Sane. He was like good Dylan for most, like 80% of the time. He's good Dylan.
Right.
But that 20% in the playoffs is what kills you.
Oh, yeah, the game's over.
And when he had 3 fouls in about a minute and a half in the second quarter, he had no fouls with like 7 minutes or so left in the first half. Oh, looking great. Everything's good. And then he commits 3 fouls, and 2 of them are just stupid, like just unquestionably dumb. You can't do that. Down the end of the game, this game's a 2-possession game. It's right there, and Dylan Brooks comes down and just jacks up from with about 4 minutes left, pulls up contested, not running any offense from about 23 feet. Can't do that. And again, it sucks because some people will point to that and rip Dylan Brooks, and that would be wrong. Like, he's played incredibly well, and that's Dylan Brooks. Like, period. You're going to get that from Dylan, so you have to accept that. But it just goes to remind you that, yeah, when you get that, it's going to be really costly in the playoffs.
And let's play Back to the Future, Peter.
Okay.
Which kind of wraps
up.
I'll
be Doc Brown. You can you can be Marty McFly.
No, you be Marty McFly because I'm gonna be the one that's.
Okay, Doc, come on, man. All right.
Peter,
I don't get it, man.
Peter, listen to me. The Memphis Grizzlies, we're gonna go back to when the season started. November, right? December. December. Season started in December. All right, Peter, listen to me. The Grizzlies are gonna be in the playoffs. But check this out. Dylan Brooks, that guy who was like crazy in the bubble, like who was just horrible in the bubble doing his own thing, I'm telling you, second best player on the team.
Wow, Doc. I can't wait to see Justice Winslow in the playoffs.
Hey, Justice Winslow, check this out. He's gonna
Brandon
be
Clark's going to have a great year.
Listen. That guy Brandon Clark, like all rookie team.
Oh, you can't trade him. You can't trade him, Doc. You can't trade him.
All-star, gonna be a small forward in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Won't play at all in the playoffs.
What?
He's gonna play like 5 minutes in the playoffs. He's gonna be sitting on the bench.
He's gonna be hurt, surely, right?
No, he's fine.
No, what? But Justice Winslow is a key part. He's part of the core
Winslow.
group.
No, don't worry about him.
He's gonna be in there. He's gonna be. What is he? Healthy?
Super healthy.
He must be hurt, right?
Nah, super healthy. Won't play at all.
What?
Won't play at all.
What? Oh, Doc, I don't like it. Doc.
Jaren Jackson's gonna have green light, do whatever you want to do, like he's in training camp. But I'm telling you, it's just gonna be out there. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, and Tim Frazier's gonna be like a player coach.
Tim Frazier? Doesn't he play for the Pelicans?
It's gonna be like a player coach, right? It's gonna be like player coach over there, just cardios and big shoes. Tim Frazier has the fattest shoes, man.
Yeah.
What are those?
Yeah, I don't know what those. They look like
you
Skechers.
seen those shoes?
Yeah, it looks like Skechers.
He's got some orthopedics on.
Yeah, I think he's got orthopedic.
His shoes are like a foot tall. I'm about to hit up a local sneakerhead, Parker Fleming, celebrity.
Oh boy.
Celebrity journalist / sneakerhead Parker Fleming, and find out what Tim Frazier has on his feet. Looks like he got some AND1s on or something.
You think Parker's going to keep going with Paka Flocka, or you think as Waka Flocka kind of?
Yeah, Waka Flocka has faded out.
Sort of faded out. Is he going to kind of update that a little bit? Or?
We'll see.
Daryl says we're 2 years away from being real contenders on the text line.
I 100% agree.
So this is the first Grizz team that I could possibly see winning the championship someday. Daryl, I think you're spot on with that. I think they are like they're a good group. They're a good team, and they play really, really hard. There's absolutely no shame in there, no worries. It's all good. Everything's cool. So no issue right there. They're just not quite good enough yet.
The Grizzlies are going to be a fun team that I believe other guys are going to want to play for. And I think that the fact that Ja Morant is becoming a beloved player to players and fans is a bonus for the Grizzlies. I think that like we had the debate, really a potato versus tomato conversation. We were talking about signing a free agent next year. And we basically were saying the same thing, that if the Grizzlies will be able to sign a guy, whether they trade for that guy and they sign him when his contract is up, because that matters too. You know what I mean? Or they sign somebody outright in free agency. You can see that this team you can see what this team needs to be a legit contender in the NBA. You know what I mean? If you're a team that can sign guys like a fringe guy like a Jordan Clarkson type player who can come off your bench and just give you buckets. Man, that dude was scary hours last night, too. I was like, man.
Listen, anytime he looked at the basket, it was going in. He was in, as bad as he was in game one when he was 0 for 6, you knew that was never going to happen again.
I was like, man, get your 90s sitcom boyfriend looking like, man, dude, get on my nerves last night, bro.
Hey, Saint, be careful because you know how the Facebook waters are about Jordan Clarkson.
Oh, yeah, it was a dude arguing me to death that we should have traded Mark for Jordan Clarkson.
No, sorry.
Like, as soon as Mark started declining, not like the Mark we traded, but like when we first started declining, he was like, man, we should trade Mark for Jordan Clarkson. I was like, all right. Oh, boy. That's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an idea. You got to give people have ideas.
But, yeah, those type of guys are what put your team over the hump. But I think the Grizzlies, like we had a debate about whether we can sign big names or not. If you can be a team that can sign good mid-level guys, like that type of stuff puts you over the edge. Like a Bogdanovich. If you can sign him from the Pacers to come to Utah, those are the type of things I think the Grizzlies, should be able to do. Can you get a Duncan Robinson to come here? Those type of moves.
We'll talk about Ja and Jaren. When we come back here, live and local, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines and the First Bank text line 360-8255 from the Family Leisure Studios. Our number one continues.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Acura of Memphis invites you to experience the all-new, completely redesigned 2022 Acura MDX. It's the most advanced SUV Acura has ever built. Experience the convenience of full connectivity, including built-in Alexa, Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless charging, from the stunning interior complete with third-row seating. Stop by our state-of-the-art facility and take advantage of our aggressive APR offers today at Ridgeway and 385. Or shop online from the convenience of home now. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
With double the seasoned beef and a large drink all for $5, Taco Bell's Grande Nachos truly deserves a Grande intro, perhaps with a Grande beat box. Said it's crunchy, cheesy, beef. Actually, that sounded better in my head. Go get the $5 Grande Nachos before they make every exit. Nope. Only at Taco Bell. At limited participating locations for a limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes. Double the seasoned beef as compared to the Nachos Bel Grande.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high-quality, great-tasting, and easy-drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my lady, in the sun with your hair undone. Can you hear
Come on. I want some more. We got some sing-along.
I was guessing this is one of a single.
No.
Okay. I figured that.
I mean, it's not a bad song. But it's just, you know,
Jack, you tripping, man.
We gotta sing.
I'm not tripping.
man.
I'm listening to. I'm going through the archive and I'm trying to listen.
Going through the archive.
Just bring out the sing-along hits, man.
Karaoke classics.
Yeah,
Let's
this
go.
Tuesday. That'll be easy. Ooh, I'm struggling over here. Then this mic ain't showing me no love.
Just out here making noises. All right, so that was the best performance that we saw last night from Jaren Jackson Jr. since he's been back in the mix. Looked a lot more like himself. 6 of 8 inside the arc, 3 of 10 outside the arc. But again, 3 of 10 is fine with me. I'd rather you make 5 of 10, but that's not insane.
Shoot that joint, Jaren. Let it fly.
Let it fly. That's part of it. He's part of the spacing that this team.
Because you give Jaren 10 3-pointers next year, that's 40 points.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you give him 10 3-pointers, he's gonna make 40 points?
No, I'm saying that's gonna be part of him scoring 40 because he's gonna make about 6 of them joints.
I was like 10 times 3 is 30.
Yeah.
Is he maybe like extra, like he gets fouled on every one of them? Made 4-point play. That could be.
I don't think people in Memphis really understand what they're. What time can I go on a rant, bro? For real.
How many? What do you mean? Like, why are you asking me for permit? Like, you need my permission to go on a rant? Just go on a rant.
All right, give me some music right now.
All right, what do you care about, Matt?
Cut me up in my headphones.
And Ja Morant was 23 and 12, and frankly, it was not a great Ja game. That's the
went off.
That's the thing with Ja, man. He's that good.
This is what frustrates me about the city I live in.
By the way, there was a place I saw just real quick called Wig and Beauty, and I really thought they should use the song Wig and Beauty and Wig and Beauty,
Big beauty,
Wig and Beauty. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Big beauty energy.
That's a free help for you. If you're Wig and Beauty, if you're listening, feel free jump in on there on that. Anyway, go ahead.
We have to be more patient as a fan base. I know that we got the grit and grind team that was kind of a team that was built from guys that were already ready-made. That were like, you had Zach Randolph, who was already an NBA vet.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus All was a younger player. He was 24 when he came over here.
That's right.
Mike Conley was your only young player. Tony Allen was a vet, former champion. But your core was built out of guys who were developed already.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't watched anybody develop here other than Mike and Pau Gasol. And we did the same thing with Pau Gasol. We wouldn't let him develop into what he was going to be. We watched Mark develop like Mark was grown when he came over.
He developed a three-point shot.
Exactly. But how do you look at Jaren as a fan?
Rudy Gay.
Yes.
Rudy Gay developed.
Yeah, Rudy developed it.
A little bit.
But
OJ Mayo developed some photos.
Yeah, but he was gone. We got rid of him. That's what I'm saying. We have to be able to.
Well, OJ was developing some other stuff, so can't really.
We have to allow these guys time to be what they're gonna be, man. Like I've seen people sit back and say, "Oh, we need youth."
Calm and patient.
We need young players, and now we've got them. Like, you have to be patient with Jaren. He's the youngest player on the team. The youngest player on the team is Jaren Jackson.
But it's 3 years. I will say it's 3 years.
What you mean? You take him outside, or you against him outside?
I'm with your side, but I'm also aware that that's a hard side to sell for a player who's going to his 4th year.
How much has he actually played, Peter?
He's
played less games than Ja Morant has played.
Yeah, he's played. Is that true? Has he played a fewer games than Ja Morant?
He's played less games than Ja. Ja's played more games than Jaren. Go look it up.
Regular season?
Yeah, go look it up.
Maybe I will.
But Jaren has, and we're seeing, tools he's adding from his toolbox. He actually got some rebounds yesterday. He battled with, one of the best big men in the NBA yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just got to stop doing this, man. Let these dudes be who they're going to be, bro. Dare I say that the Grizzlies fan base is spoiled.
4 more games for Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Than Jaren Jackson.
Dare I say that we're spoiled as a fan base? Can I say that? That's true. That's true, man.
Not about spoiled.
That's true.
I'm not sure spoiled is the word I would use.
We've kind of cheated the system a little bit. Not cheated the system, but in the 20 years that the Grizzlies have been here, they've been a playoff team, how many times? Close to 10, right? That's not typical, bro.
But I don't think that. I mean, like I get what you're saying, but like I don't think people are, other than a few, like that you're always gonna have a few fans of whatever fan base that are gonna be.
That's true.
I
am looking at a loud minority.
Yeah,
and
it's
thinking
it's loud, but
true.
it's not.
It's a loud minority.
I think most people are just excited about the whole thing. Crowd was into it. I don't think anyone's like, "Boo, you guys suck." I mean, like I don't think nobody was doing that. I think everyone was just appreciative of the effort.
I do stand corrected. I am guilty of looking at a loud minority and calling it majority. It's not.
I think that's one of the issues that we have, in our country is we a lot of times look at a loud minority and assume that's the majority.
It's insane, a loud minority.
And it's so I think most people are pretty patient with this group. The issue with Jaren, from a patient standpoint, is you got to start making a decision because
this is a very crucial offseason.
You have to. This is the extension eligibility offseason for him. So if you sign him to a deal, it's going to kick in after next year, and you got to start getting performance. He becomes very expensive at that point, and you no longer can live on borrowed time and patience and all that stuff.
My last time making excuses is this offseason.
It doesn't matter with him. He's got to perform at a higher level. But the good news is you've seen it in the last 3 halves. The second half of Game 3, and then all of last night, I thought he played at a higher level. Again, I'm still worried. The fouling thing is still too much of an issue for him. You're still on pins and needles when he does any kind of move because it feels like he's not quite in full control of his limbs for whatever reason. Like it just didn't feel like he quite has control. And he's
have control of his limbs.
He really doesn't look like it.
It looks like
it looks like he's just like about to die, and then like he just kind of lurches and like it doesn't happen for him. But he's getting closer. I don't know how much time you have to wait. I've seen some folks speculate that perhaps Jaren is a trade chip this summer as a result of that.
Curses to all of you.
That perhaps that Jaren is.
How do I explain that to Gabe?
Is the guy that I don't know, but you may have to. And I think that's an interesting thought for the front office because I think there's definitely the high. I still contend that the high end Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the best players in the league. Like he's a phenomenal player on both ends of the floor. But do you still have faith that guy's going to be here in Memphis, or is it going to require somebody else? We had other texters talking about how Trae Young is leading his team to a series win.
Oh my God!
You had Luka Doncic.
I need to switch with you. I need to switch with you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you because I need to see this crap.
One of the best. Let's see. A texter says, let's see. Talking about Trae Young, and then another texter says Ja won't be here long enough to win a title. He's going to join forces with Zion to form a super team.
If you think that Ja Morant is going to leave to go follow Zion, you've lost your mind.
Lorenzo says, "What about a George Hill kind of player?"
Yeah, I mean
that's fine.
Those are the type of guys that make you a great team when you can sign those type of dudes.
But you got to have the other. You got to have the real like. You got to have the foundation and the framework of a real team first before you sign a George Hill or a Jordan Clarkson. Those are the finishing touches. That's the nice little spice mix that you sprinkle on top of your food after you've already cooked it. Like you got the soup has got to be done before you sprinkle the nice herbs and spices on top to add that little extra something to it. Right now the Grizzlies are still making the soup. It's not done yet. So
go back to what this texter said about Zion and Ja.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Ja and Zion are buddies, but they're not buddies like that. Like not that type of friends. Number two, if anybody's an alpha and a beta in that group, Ja is clearly the alpha and Zion's the beta. And Ja's not going to leave somewhere to go play with Zion. Doesn't that happen? Now you might see Zion running down Beale Street, but you ain't finna see Ja running and go play with him. You better understand who's D Wade, who's LeBron in that class. Don't get it twisted. I can't stand Memphis, man. Get out of here with this stupid stuff, man. Like, what do you see in Ja to make you think he's about to get up out of here?
Yeah, there's
I can't stand.
There's nothing. There's a lot of negative mentality. There's
so
no reason
dumb,
to think
bro.
about that.
There's nothing that you see.
Year
from
two
Ja
of Ja Morant. Year 2 of Ja Morant.
Ja actually. If anything, you would think that Ja loves the city. Like, what do you? Shut up, man.
Shut up.
The Grizzlies in the playoffs, the second year of during rebuild. Shut up.
Shut up.
He ain't gonna be here no
Okay.
He could be with Zion.
Shut up.
12.
Okay.
12 don't follow behind nobody. What you talking about, man?
Shut up. Shout out to Trick Daddy.
12 is a trendsetter, man.
Man, what?
Shout out to Anthony Sain's mouth today, making a guest appearance.
Man, what? Heavy breathing.
Heavy breathing, mouth noises.
And then when people say stuff like that, when you're wrong, are you not going to celebrate?
Sane in the house.
When people say stuff like, Ja ain't going to be here. Like, he is here. Like, can you just not celebrate? Can you not be happy then?
It's people that are just that always want to that live their life in that certain way, that have a negative mindset, and that's how they approach their life.
You must have got your girl took. Somebody must have took your girl before.
Yeah, it's just like, you're going to leave anyway. What do I care? I'm not going to get
Yeah, somebody must have took your girl before, homie.
Stop it. Ja Morant, incidentally, scored 112 points in his first 4 playoff games. That puts him in a very elite category.
Big 12
player. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, George Mikan, and Ja Morant are the only players
so crazy
to score.
That sounds so crazy.
I know, over 100 points in their first 4 games of playoffs.
Hang the jersey. Hang the jersey.
Just go ahead and hang the banner.
I would hang the jersey for that one.
Mike Conley would never.
I'm going to hang the banner for that one.
Mike Conley would never. What was Mike Conley points in his first 4 playoff
Well, how about
games?
this? Mike Conley never had a 20-10 game in the playoffs, and Ja Morant's already had one in the postseason.
Quit playing around with 12, man.
Mike had 19 and 12. Shout out to me and my FanDuel Sportsbook same game parlay. I got a little too greedy with it, but I said Ja Morant would have 12 assists in that game, and he did. And I said that Donovan Mitchell would have 30 points, and he did.
You get paid?
No, because I got too greedy. I went for the couple extra things.
Yeah, Conley let me down. And Gobert let me down.
Yeah, Gobert definitely.
I needed 12 rebounds.
I needed 14. So
you need 14 rebounds?
Yeah.
I needed 12.
When he had 0 in the first quarter, I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. All right, well, just forget about this one. Going to something else. Hour number 2 on the way. We'll talk more about the game last night. We'll also talk about the other matchups that are going on as the Wizards stay alive in that series. And Joel Embiid deals with an injury, the latest player to deal with an injury. We got a fan running on the court. We got Naomi Osaka updates. We got a lot more to get to in hour number 2 here in the Family Leisure Studio. Stick around.
Mid-South Hobbies has your favorite model airplanes, boats, race cars, and trains to build. With brands you know like Lionel, LGB, and a large selection of Traxxas radio-controlled trucks, cars, and boats. Mid-South Hobbies has all the accessories to make them complete, with thousands of paint colors to make them shine. Reach the sky with rockets and kites, or reach deep into your imagination with action figures, comic book superheroes, and fantasy quest games. Get passionate about your hobby at Mid-South Hobbies. 4862 Summer Avenue, open 7 days a week. Call 901-682-9402.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh-made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We got a couple of accidents on the roadways. The left shoulder is blocked on I-240 East after Billmore's Parkway before Poplar Avenue. That's 240 East after Billmore's Parkway before Poplar Avenue. The left shoulder is blocked. And also we're dealing with that accident on Holmes Road at Airways Boulevard. That's Holmes Road at Airways Boulevard. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
He came from somewhere back in her long ago. Sentimental fool, but she tried hard to recreate what had yet to be created. Once in her life, she musters a smile for his nostalgic tale.
Come on, Peter, get with me, man.
Never comprehend what
I don't know the word, but it sounds. There you go.
Only to realize.
Come on now.
She never really was. She never
y'all know how it go. Y'all know the lingo.
She never made a thing thrive.
Come on now.
Go, here you go.
And she rises to her apology. Anybody else would surely know.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about it.
Come on now.
The best duo on these radio waves, Zach.
That's
They
right.
know what it is.
This is when it gets tight
Who
right
better?
there. That's really tight right there. You gotta,
Man, my throat jacked up, man.
Oh man. Now the hard part is listening to these guys in the last 20 years do the song and they can't even come close.
No.
Poor Michael McDonald just can't even.
Man, can't nobody duplicate with it, man.
It's like what a fool believes.
I gotta give a shout out to Zach too. Zach gave me the heads up yesterday before the game. Told me the media lot was full at 7:30. So man, you know what I had to do, man. Pop stars don't pay the park, man. You know what I had to do.
What, park it legally?
Nah, man. I just you know, I got I got a new apartment, you know what I'm saying, in the Midtown area. Coming soon. Parked on the lot, caught the Uber, you know what I'm saying? Drop me off at the door, man. I don't do walking from the parking lot, man.
So did you park it at somebody else's apartment complex, or is that your apartment complex?
This is my apartment complex. I just don't live there. My joint ain't ready yet. So I parked there, caught the Uber, drop off at the door. You know, I don't do parking lots, man.
No, man. Why would you? Like a chump.
Who does it?
It's raining. Is it raining out there, Zach?
No.
No, not yet.
It's
Not
raining.
over
It's
here.
raining in a lot of our area. I'll just put it that way. It's not raining over us. But
Not in this one.
It's raining over some of our areas. It's gonna be a little bit of a rainy morning. Rain coming in. I heard the excitement in Zach's voice. There were definitely some accidents to talk about. Zach, you're excited about that, so I'm glad for you that you got some. Hopefully people are okay.
I want less work as possible this morning. I want less work. I'm running on 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep.
Running on empty, running on.
Zach, you got some sleep last night, man.
I got look.
I never heard somebody act like they're the
hours.
job.
Man, Zach always
is Zach
like
running
he
a
don't-
marathon?
if you don't get no
Is Zach
sleep,
like
it's your
working
fault,
like
Zach.
I mean,
No,
is Zach like a line order cook, like a
you
Waffle House
look at,
overnight?
man?
Is he
What, you
working
got
the
a
third
side
shift?
gig, man?
Like, what are you doing?
man, look. I'm a man of many hats.
Name him.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
I'm-
Yeah. Which hat? Hat number one.
Name him. Come on, name him.
Here,
I know. One
Yeah,
hat.
we leave here at 10 o'clock.
I know one hat. He's not worried about.
The one hat,
one hat is
that Jimmy Butler. You ain't put that one on.
that hat is.
There's one I know you ain't using. All right, so come on. Name the hats. You leave here at 10 o'clock in the morning. All right, now what else?
All right.
Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
you said you're a man of many hats. What other
Name
hats
them.
we got?
Yeah. So once I finish this,
Producer
show,
hat. All right.
I have to do middays.
Middays hat.
Every now and again, not every day.
Every now and then, but sometimes.
Okay.
And then
Middays on remote, by the way. Today.
That's good to know.
You didn't.
So you're still gonna be in studio while they're remote, right?
Yes.
Man, you gonna be sitting there bored as a fool, looking at the walls.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, go ahead.
I think you mean he's going to be locked in and listening to the
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
so not
Right.
paying attention.
I mean,
that's what you meant. I'm sure.
Great takes, inputs on the show.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying anything is an indictment on them. I'm talking about you.
No, I'm
Like,
saying. I'm
No,
saying
that's what I'm
Zach's gonna be
saying.
Locked
Like,
in, locked and loaded.
You're
Right.
gonna be so distracted. Go ahead. All right, name the hats. Come on.
All right, that's hat 1.5. That didn't count as the second hat. That's the same hat basically.
Same hat. So I'm pick up and drop off.
What does that mean?
For your nephew.
Your nephew?
No, I don't have nephews.
Your sons?
No. Why would I have
Who
those,
you
man?
picking up? Who you picking up, Zach?
Somebody else's kid? Are you picking up my kids? From
no,
Saints?
no, I'm
Is
picking
he picking up Gabe?
No, he ain't picking Gabe up. Gabe, I'm not getting a call with that dude.
I don't know this kid. Anyway,
You picking up random kids?
No.
That's not
I
good. Don't
take
do that.
my brother works, so I have to pick him up at different points during the day.
I see. So
And
you're like his personal Uber.
Basically. And then somewhere in between that,
Goober is what they call
This is
it.
about his Luber.
Goober.
Luber driver.
Zach is your personal goober.
And like somewhere in between that, I have like paperwork stuff that I got to take care of.
Paperwork? What are you, an accountant?
Shut up, Zach, man.
I
What you
do,
talking
man.
about?
Like
Work
Man, does nothing.
I got paperwork stuff. Like y'all just don't know.
Not to
man.
mention that he takes a midday nap from
And I
every day.
definitely squeeze that in, man.
Paperwork
That's
stuff.
it, paperwork
Please.
stuff.
I got paperwork
Like
stuff,
got you
man.
doing HR at the house or something?
Yes.
He like got you filing the
He's
hours?
the accountant.
Yes.
He's the accountant. He's the accountant. He's like, I gotta file these
Exactly.
Yes,
so
forms.
full of
and,
crap,
and her name is my mother. That's who.
Well,
it
you're doing
is.
accountant work for your mother?
From time to time. Mostly it's just I
does she
need
do?
you to I need you to focus. Like I need you to do this.
Zach, be quiet, man.
Oh boy, these hats.
And this is just here at work and then like at home, and that's not including like church.
So you're an
stuff.
adult, basically. Is what you
Basically, and I don't like it.
Yeah, welcome.
I don't like it.
Yeah. If you ever have kids, God help you. Those hats.
And that's why.
If you think that's a lot of hats.
Exactly.
And
Zach,
that
you
is
absolutely
that is why I don't have them
Absolutely
now.
Nothing. He's always complaining about how
I
tired
got
he
some
is.
news. I got some news for you on that one. On that front.
Yeah, man.
And that is why I am kidless at this.
Imagine picking up a kid and like running him to Taekwondo, and then running him back across town, then driving back across town to go home for me to go home after I take him to his mom and feeding him. And come on, man, you ain't talking about nothing. I ain't talking about nothing in the whole big picture. Zach, you ain't talking about nothing, man.
I've
Keep living
been a
life.
teacher, and a
Right.
and
You ain't got no
else.
girlfriend, so you ain't nobody. You ain't responsible for nobody but you.
You don't know that.
Oh,
okay.
My bad, fam.
Okay.
My
All
bad,
right.
fam. My bad, fam.
All right.
You know, somebody could have been somebody's on the team.
Maybe
you don't know
maybe
that.
maybe this other hat is gonna make an appearance. You know? I don't know. Okay.
I'm gonna say like my ex-wife's dad said something to his daughter one time. I thought it was pretty crude when he said it, but it applies to what we're about to say it now. He asked his daughter about her boyfriend. He said, "Well, are y'all in a relationship or is it just you?" I felt so bad for her when he said that.
Golly.
Good grief, man.
That's rough.
I ain't gotta put him out on a limb like that.
Oh man.
Come on.
All right. Now let's talk a little bit before we get back into the game. It's hour number 2 here as we continue. Grizzlies lost last night, down 3-1 to the Jazz.
They won in our hearts.
Another moral victory for the Grizzlies. They're morally undefeated. Spiritually, they continue to be
Moral
undefeated.
combat.
But in actuality, they are down 3-1. Last night in the Washington-Philly game in Washington, D.C., we had a fan attempt to run onto the court, got basically under the basket, and then before he got tackled.
These people,
what
man.
in the world?
Stay y'all ass in the house, man.
What are you?
It said never let y'all out the house, man.
Man, COVID got us
Man.
wonky out here, man.
Maybe that's a side effect of COVID.
It's bad decision.
Bad decision.
What is happening, right? I mean, what do you,
Chronic racism.
I mean, I never. But that I don't even like. Fine, throw something, and we had an update on that guy coming up. But this doesn't even qualify as that. This is just stupid. I mean, like you have running on the court.
Hold on. This might not be as funny to y'all as it is in my head. But imagine somebody getting a checkup, like who had COVID, and the doctor's, well, Tim, like what's been going on? I don't know, doc. For some reason, I just really don't like black people now.
But see, I don't even think like this. It's not like this.
I
dude
wasn't
is-
like this before I got COVID. I just have an urge to throw stuff at black people now.
This like the guy running on the court, like
What is wrong with these
like
people,
that's
man?
not even. I don't even know what that is. Like you want to throw stuff on the court, that's a whole different. To me, that's running on the court is just you being stupid. Like that's just not even. I don't even understand. I don't. Bradley Beal was kind of laughing about it. Like,
It's so dangerous, man.
It's so dangerous because we've seen people get like, we saw that in the baseball that time that dude got stabbed. We saw that with Monica Seles got stabbed in tennis. Somebody running down and jumping behind the seat. It's very dangerous. I mean, I remember going to the Super Bowl and saw somebody running onto the floor and they're running onto the field. He dressed as a referee and he put the ball down, and the referees didn't realize it. And then he ripped his referee shirt off and he had all his clothes off, and he started doing a river dance until I think it was now Titans coach Mike Vrabel who lit him up. It was right after the Janet Jackson Nipplegate business. So it happens a lot. It's just like, why is it happening so much now? I don't know why people acting.
Man, it's crazy.
So stupid.
It might have something to do with COVID, bro. For real.
This one, I'm not. This is just an idiot, and you could tell like he's just like he got tackled by a security guard. He's pulling off the floor, and he's like pumping his fist while he's like going off like this is like what he wanted to do. Like he's just super.
He's a
pumped
hero.
up. Hey man, you want to run on the floor? Oh, that sounds cool, man. I mean, what are we doing out here? Russell Westbrook said after the game, "This is not a game or some you can just do whatever you want to do and run around." I mean, it is technically a game, to be fair. But anyway, I think I take his point. He said, "This is our job. We take our job very seriously." The parent company, the Wizards, and the arenas said that the fan would be banned and they would look to press charges. Scott Brooks, echoing some of your concerns after the game, Wizards coach, and by the way, the Wizards won to stay alive in the series. Scott Brooks said they have no fear. I don't know the law, but I just know you shouldn't be able to do that and get away with it and just be kicked out, because we all know you can dress different and look different and get into an arena, says Scott Brooks, just like you. You said that too.
It's crazy, man.
Added to the list, Boston, the guy that was arrested, a 21-year-old who was arrested after throwing a bottle of water at Kyrie Irving's head, has been charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, a very serious charge that carries a 10-year prison sentence.
Peter, this is why we don't like y'all to come protest with us.
No, the we here being black people. And the y'all being white people.
This is why we like to protest by ourselves.
I want to make sure we get our pronouns correct.
This is why black people like to protest by ourselves, man. Because y'all get out here and just, hey, I feel like I need to write I just spray paint Black Lives Matter on this wall. No, calm down, dude. That's not what we're here for. Just chill. Relax.
You think white people are too exuberant about their?
Yeah, man. Y'all get too excited, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just gonna run on the court. All right. Why are you doing that?
I mean, the other guy, at least the guy that ran the court in the Super Bowl had like around the floor in the Super Bowl had a he was doing it for an online casino. He was doing that sponsorship deal. Like, I don't know why this guy's.
Was he really?
Yeah. I don't know why this guy's doing it. This guy didn't have any kind of like, at least get something out of it. At least get a sponsorship deal if you're gonna do it. You're gonna run out there and do that.
Peter, get your people, man. Y'all wild.
Was this guy white? I couldn't quite.
Of course he was.
I couldn't. I think I couldn't quite.
I'm assuming because I ain't seen it. I heard about it, but I ain't seen it. But I mean, of course.
No, I saw it. He seemed to be. I'm gonna say he's not black.
Get my music ready, Zach. Get my Drake sounder ready.
Let me see here. So you see him on the floor. I mean, I think he would if we're checking on the chart. I want to say, I'm not gonna just assume anything about it, but I love how like
I'm fine with assuming.
No, he definitely got a haircut that's not indicative of.
So there's
classic white
Sean McDermott.
It's not a classic white haircut. It's more of it could be a Gabe Kuhn situation where you have
Gabe Kuhn. Try Kuhn.
He's got a yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate on the guy's race.
Oh,
how come?
yeah,
By the way, I don't think he's white though. I'll say it doesn't look white.
Wait a minute here. Hold on. This guy might be debunking a lot of things I've had to say. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think he's white. I'm looking at him. I don't think he's white. I think he's
I'm had to eat my words on him.
He's something else. He looks fairly close to Drake, actually, in terms of.
Of course.
In terms. Of course.
It might be Drake.
Now, one thing you can't say. I'm not. You can make your assumptions about race if you want to. That's okay. I will definitely make an assumption about gender. Never once has any woman ever run out onto the floor of any event ever.
I've never seen one.
Not
I'm
once.
about to say I've never seen one act the fool, but the lady with LeBron earlier.
No, yeah, but I've never seen a woman throw something at, dump popcorn, I've never once seen a woman do that. I've seen them yell things.
Yeah.
Yelling, yes, but throwing and running.
Some women say some very mean things.
That's true.
A woman will never a man will never be able to out-talk a woman either. Like a woman can throw some daggers on you, man. Like for sure. me and my good friend were having this conversation about relationships and like mean things that women can say compared to what we say. Because let's say, I'm not gonna get into details. Let's say a woman says 5 things about you. You're ugly, you're broke, you're fat, you're not, you don't make me happy, you don't please me. Let's say a woman just goes off of those, right? Like we have no answer to that. Like we can't say anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything you say about a woman, she can always come back, but that's I know somebody who wants this though. Like, yeah, that's probably true. Like we can't come back and say that at all, man. You can't out talk a woman. But yeah, what you're saying is true though. Like you haven't seen any women do any of this stuff.
No, it's not happening. No, you never seen the women's streaker running around the court.
Yeah, that could get bad.
Never seen any of that stuff. That's not. The women aren't doing anything stupid like that. I do think this guy looks like chubby Drake.
Steak.
he looks like steak. Yeah, steak out there. I think is what it would.
Steak.
Because that's I don't know. I can't quite tell. But I don't think he's white. I'm gonna speak up for my people here. I don't think he's white.
Defend your people, man.
That's right. I'm gonna defend my people on this one. I don't think he's white. But you got. It goes without saying. Don't do this. Don't be stupid. This is just stupid. Quit being stupid, everybody. And they charged that dude with some significant charges in Boston that carry a 10-year prison sentence potentially. That's a big deal. Because even then, if you plead it down, you're still talking about a guy that could end up in prison for months or even a year for that. That will certainly deter people.
How can you be that dumb?
From doing it again? Firing off a water bottle at somebody. I don't know, man. And to me, it's absurd to even think about doing that. I don't know why you throw things onto the field and onto the court. It's just foolishness to begin with. But hopefully that will at least that will definitely make people think about it a little bit more before they start considering doing something real stupid like that.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the update of the Naomi Osaka situation as she's withdrawn from the French Open as a result of her unwillingness to deal with media obligations that have to be done at the French Open. We'll talk about that and what that means, because it's definitely sparked that discussion. We had a little bit of it yesterday. Large discussion about the role of media and in fan and players and mental health and all that good stuff. So we'll talk about that when we continue here. Live and local from the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
Memphis Public Golf is back and thriving. And this year, the City Links have put junior golf and championships front and center. If you're a mom or dad, City Golf will have golf camps for juniors all summer at the Links at Whitehaven. Starting in June through the middle of July, your youngster can learn everything about the game from the pros. And if your game is ready, the Public Links have more tournaments this year than ever before. There will be championships at Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, and Pine Hill. The Pub Links, the Hillman Robbins, the Ladies Amateur Championships, and a whole lot more are just getting set to begin. And if you haven't played a city course in a while, you will love what you will see. All of them are now getting into top-notch shape. The greens roll true at all 6 courses, and wait till you see the new Overton Park 9 after its $2 million renovation. City Golf in Memphis, a sporting tradition for over 100 years.
You heard you could save big when you bundle home and auto with Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw a link for a survey about which type of bread you are. And now you're on question 17, barely scratching the surface of your bread identity. You always thought of yourself as a brioche, but are you actually more of a pumpernickel? Ah, yes. They said it was easy to save money bundling with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
AC trouble? Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60. Then this year, Air Doctors is the official HVAC contractor for St. Jude Dream House. Air Doctors installed the St. Jude Dream House new Train high-efficiency equipment. Get your service from the best. AirDoctorsOfMemphis.com. Call 901-598-HVAC.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Sports 56 traffic.
So we're still working an accident on Holmes Road at Airways Boulevard. Still working the car that's on the left shoulder, that is blocking the left shoulder, on I-240 East after Billmore's Parkway before Poplar Avenue. And then we have a new accident on the roadways. This one is on Sam Cooper Boulevard at North Hollywood Street. That's Sam Cooper at North Hollywood, dealing with a hit and run over there. And there's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Used to be.
Come on up.
Something happened along the way, and yesterday was all we had. And oh,
know you got something planned for this
Come
segment.
on now. Wait, here we go. One more time. Oh,
Who hitting these duets better than us, bro? Nobody. Karaoke champions of Memphis radio. Who? We talked about fans looking bad in the last segment, doing these ridiculous things, throwing stuff on the court, running on the court, etc.
Of course.
Who looked worse than Tyler Johnson? When Kyrie, do you look, like why is looking like Post Malone?
Yeah, he looked like Post Malone. He looked ridiculous. Yeah, he looked like Post Malone. I was like, what happened?
In his head. Tyler Johnson.
This is what happens when you got too much time on the bench. You just kind of getting super creative.
Man out there vibing, man.
Tyler Johnson looked like an idiot. Remember when the Miami Heat signed that dude? Like they chose to sign him instead of signing D-Wade?
Yeah, they signed him to that Arenas deal. And
yeah.
That
dude was like a commodity.
$18 million.
Yeah, that dude was a real commodity in the league, man.
Spend it all on hair products.
Man, it looks so goofy when Kyrie Irving dodged that water bottle. But yeah, go ahead. That's all I got. Shout out to Post Malone for having an influence on the NBA. Who would have thought?
You were left in the dust.
Every time I need it on. Come on now. Go ahead.
Every time I need hair products, you don't make it easy. Anyway, we got
the Tony Homo. Closing all the balls up. The boy Tyler Johnson.
Name Naomi Osaka. She says I'm out. I'm withdrawing from the French Open. She says she's gonna take some time away from tennis because she did not want to deal with the media obligations that are part of being in the majors. The WTA and the majors, the players that are requested have to go and do media obligations, have to sit and answer questions after matches, and she does not want to do that. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know tennis media, inside and out. Apparently, they can be fairly harsh. So I can only speak to other sets of media, but there were obligatory media things that had to be done. She did not want to do them. She was going to be fined consistently, and I guess potentially could face being, withdrawn herself from the tournament and just being banned from the tournament. But instead, she just went ahead and did it herself. She said, it's the best thing for the tournament, the other players, and my well-being. She said, I never want to be a distraction, and I accept that my timing was not ideal. My message could have been clearer. The best thing for the tournament, the other players, and my well-being is that I withdraw so everyone can get back to focusing on the tennis going on in Paris. She said, I'm not a natural public speaker. She had a very long, very lengthy statement that I'm not going to read the whole thing. She said, I'm not a natural public speaker. I get huge waves of anxiety before I speak to the world's media. I get really nervous and find it stressful to always engage and give them the best answers that I can. And other players have tweeted or issued statements about their support, including Coco Gauff, 17-year-old American. She said, I admire your vulnerability. Said, stay strong. Martina Navratilova said, perhaps the mental and emotional aspect of athletics gets short shrift. This is about more than doing or not doing a press conference. Good luck, Naomi. We are all pulling for you. Steph Curry says, so damn impressive, taking the high road when the powers that be don't protect their own. Major respect. So a lot of support coming in and a lot of people jumping on and ripping the media.
What are the dummies saying? Because I know those out there too.
I don't know.
We're not gonna read what they're saying. I just want. Are they saying?
I haven't seen to. I really have not seen a whole lot of people that have been ripping Naomi Osaka.
Better not. I respect it. And ever since she said this, I've kind of looked at stuff like, okay, how could that make me uncomfortable if I was on the other side of what we do? You know what I mean? Like yesterday, I was waiting for my Uber to come, so I actually jumped in on the Zoom yesterday, right? I'm sure that's a super uncomfortable situation for players because it's like you're sitting in a room, you don't see anybody talking to you. You just hear questions in the air. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, this is. Now I'm not saying that's enough to make someone have any type of mental issue or anything, but I'm just saying it's not the most ideal situation. I don't know, man. It's like if she has a problem with it, if she says that it's affecting her mental health, that's real. Enough to the fact where she's like not participating in a tournament. Like, that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Imagine if you had players that just decided to withdraw from their teams, and or just retire early and said the only reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to talk to the media anymore. It would make you think. Now again, like the thing that annoys me is painting the entire media with a broad brush. In the same way that people, some people I'm sure are criticizing Naomi Osaka for her decision. People also saying like, oh, the media this, media that, and all that. Part of the reason why you support, why people are into athletics the way they are is because of the things they learn from media, the things they learn about players, the things they want to engage. They want to read stuff. They want to be part of it. That's the whole thing. You want to listen. You want to be in the mix. That's the job of the media to help to do that. And in doing that increases visibility and increases the amount of interest level that's in the sport. So it's if it works right, it's a helpful cycle. It's a virtuous cycle,
right,
as opposed to a vicious one. That being said, obviously, the media sessions, I think at every level are. Like a purely open press conference is often not the best way to go. You have a lot of questions that are just sometimes ridiculous, sometimes pointless, sometimes malicious in the case of some reporters. That's not really very helpful at all. So I think there's got to be a middle ground, but I don't want people just to tar everybody. And everybody that's in the media with that same kind of thing, because I don't think that's fair. I think there are things you can learn from a press conference. There are good questions. There are important questions. There are things that are relevant that people want to learn about and that help the athlete become more popular. Think about how many different athletes have had various press conferences or various sound bites that have increased their visibility and made them, who they were. There's tons of them. So that helps them, but we also you can't make it to the point where you are running athletes off just because they don't want to go through it.
Right, and you're talking about a teenage young lady.
Well, she's 23.
She is?
Yeah.
Dang. You're talking about a young lady.
Yeah, she's definitely a young lady.
She's 23 years old?
Yep.
I thought she was like 19.
She's not. She was 19 4 years ago. Now she's 23.
Yeah, Kobe just beating everything up.
I think that's what happened. I think that's definitely what happened.
Oh, I guess I feel a little better about her dating. What's the name? Corday? What's his name? Is it? Cordell.
Cordell.
From
I think it's Cordell and Cordell.
Corday.
Like, it's not Cordell.
It's not. It's not Cordell.
Not Cordell Purtle.
No.
Cordell and Cordell. The law firm.
That'd be kind of bad if Cordell Purtle was married to Tawanda and dating tennis superstar. Hey, if you a chicken tycoon, man, hey, get it how you live.
The chicken cat.
Cordell. But yeah, man, but like seriously, if she thinks it's that big of a deal to her for her long-term health, mental health, you do what you gotta do. Sometimes people go through rough seasons, man. How many athletes and celebrities push through things that they probably didn't need to push through, and now it's to their detriment? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what if certain guys that we wrote off as being crazy or whatever had taken these type of measures back in the day?
I think your mental health is vital. I mean, I can't.
Sure.
You got to do what you got to do for mental health, and I think it's some people. You kind of talked about it yesterday. I think I started thinking about it a little bit, and kind of expanding on what you had discussed. There's definitely got to be there's certain guys that are very gregarious that are great in press conferences. Like, you just put him out there, like Mike Conley's of the world. Like, Mike Conley can do media in his sleep.
Oh, he's incredible.
Loves it. He's good at it. He enjoys it. No problem whatsoever. Has no problem setting up his boundaries. If you ask him a question he doesn't want to answer, he just won't answer it. It doesn't affect him one way or the other. He's fine with it. There's lots of guys. Joel Embiid is great at media. There's lots of dudes that are really good at it and love it. Ray Allen back in the day was fantastic. Just could go off on whatever. Austin Rivers is amazing at it right now. So that's all cool. Some guys don't want to do it. Some guys, they're not good at it. They don't like doing it. They're uncomfortable. The Deontay Davises of the world. I mean, it was just pulling teeth to get him to have more than one sentence.
And so many guys that we write off as being jerks. How do we know that it's not just a defense mechanism because they have real anxiety issues when they get in front of the people?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, I mean that's that's part of it. So in order to help those people out, how do we get the point across? How do they answer questions and provide insight into what they're doing without making it awkward for them? Is there a way?
Let them, like I talked about yesterday, let them be able to use the method that's most comfortable for them.
I think emails would be interesting. You do want to hear it in their voice. Maybe they could do voice chat. Maybe they could answer, via voice messages or video messages that they send later on, like in the day, something like that. Maybe. I don't know. It's something to think about.
Yeah, for sure. And like, what was I about to say? You remember Mark when the trade rumors?
Marc Gasol.
The Marc Gasol trade rumors were going around, and he wanted to have a press conference with certain dudes.
Oh yeah.
Like, just give me Peter,
Yep.
this dude. I don't even know who Anthony Sain is.
Yep.
This guy.
Yep.
Harrington, yeah, he's cool. Giannato, yeah.
Right.
Jeffrey, not the radio. Give me writer Giannato, not radio Giannato. Give me him.
Right.
Calkins.
Are you building your fantasy team?
Yeah.
No, you remember when he did that, right? Like, he literally had a press conference and said, "These are the guys."
It wasn't a press conference. It was just it was actually a
round table.
A round table in this room in FedEx Forum that I didn't even know existed.
Right. Bring your phones.
Yeah.
Lay your phones on the table. Let's just sit down with the boss.
That's exactly right.
Maybe she should be able to pick. Okay, these are my media members I'm cool with.
That's fine.
Hey, the Grizzlies do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The Grizzlies make their decisions for those players.
I mean, seriously, like they have an internal media team. So what's wrong with doing that with her?
Yeah. I mean, the problem is going to be for the fans, ultimately. We'll have to see. We'll see what the fans think, what they need, what they want, what they don't want. Because that's gonna ultimately be the determination for a lot of this stuff. You're just not going to face like that stuff with the Grizzlies. And we appreciate the Booty Snorkler checking in to say that Corday, I think is the name that you're looking for.
Corday, yeah. That's what we said.
Thank you, Booty Snorkler.
We said I was joking about the Cordell part.
Yeah.
Corday.
But anyway,
I bet his real name is Cordell though. But he was like, that may come off kind of corny, Sam.
I hope so. Thank you, Booty Snorkler. Appreciate that. On the chat, he's on the First Bank chat.
I can't see nothing.
The thing is, welcome to my world.
Right.
The thing is that we talk like when things aren't going well, and fans want to know answers, which I get all the time. Like, why isn't Jenkins doing this? Why isn't the team doing that? Why isn't the team doing this? Why didn't you do this? Why is he? Why did he make this play? Why did he do this? If you get only sanctioned media folks, like for example, like Damian Lillard, loves Chris Haynes. Like, they go back from Oakland. That's his guy. So like, he'll give him stories, and he'll do exclusives with him and that kind of thing, which is fine. But you just have to understand, you're not going to get hard questioning. You're not going to get real questioning when you have those kinds of situations. It's just not going to happen. Like, anything that you see from Grind City Media is sanitized to some extent by the Grizzlies. Now, they don't have to literally come down and tell people, hey, you can't talk about this, you can talk about this, whatever. They don't have to do that. But people just know, as part of the gig, I'm getting paid by the Grizzlies. So if I talk
certain stuff, I know
then
that's
probably not going to be real good for me.
Right.
So you don't even really it doesn't have to be said. It's just kind of aware, you're just aware of certain things you do and don't want to cover. Well, that's true for a lot of the. So if athletes start to select their own media, you're going to have to deal with that as well.
Right.
So if that's, but I mean, if that's okay with people, then that's okay with people. Like that's just. That's
well,
just
let me
part
throw
of the
this
game.
out to you. The reason why I say that. Let me put you into the shoes of Anthony Sane.
Okay.
Like I don't do the Zoom calls.
The shoes of Sane.
And I really didn't do. I would very seldom actually go in the actual locker room after the game and do interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I would. Like when I wrote for Sports Illustrated, I did because I had to have something. Like I had to get some content.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just you got to get something.
Yeah, I got to get some video of somebody saying something. So I was in the locker room. But I don't have that need now since I could just talk about what I saw during the game, or I can look it up on YouTube the next morning. Like I don't have to be in there to get it. But one of the main reasons why I don't feel the necessity to go to press conferences is I feel like whether I'm there to say, Coach, what was it like playing against the number one team in the NBA and gaining that experience that you guys will have forever? I feel like if I don't say it, Evan's going to say it.
Right.
Drew Hill's going to say it. I mean, like, as far as what I'm saying is, if she said, hey, I only feel comfortable around, media member 2, 7, 9, and 12.
Right.
They're not going to ask anything different than what 1 through 8 would have asked. You know what I mean? It's what all can you ask her, man? Like, you know what's going to come out. So, like in the press conference yesterday, no matter who was in there, you know what questions are going to get asked. It's just a matter of who was going to ask. Am I right or wrong?
To an extent.
Because anything else might be out of bounds anyway.
To an extent, yes. Again, it depends on it depends on the situation. It depends. It just depends. I mean, like, a lot of times in press conferences, you don't want to ask. There's like a game within a game here, okay? So, like, if you're writing something, sometimes you want to ask some things, and sometimes if it's your only crack at a player. Like, I know, for example, back in the before times, when you could
the old world,
the old world, when you had more access to the players in the locker room, a lot of times I wouldn't ask something in a scrum. I wanted to do something kind of a story that I was working on, or a thought that I might have had, or something that I think was more sensitive. I would wait till everybody was done with the press conference or the scrum around the locker, and then I would kind of slow roll and go back and ask more privately.
Oh yeah, you ask some private stuff, man.
Because that again, that allows that context of like if it's something they don't want to answer, they don't have to like publicly say I don't want to answer it, which opens up more questions. But or if they do want to answer, but they want to add some context to it, it's easier to do that with one person rather than with a whole group of people who might text out or tweet out, anything that you say like instantaneously. So I think that's the part of it. Like, sometimes at press conference, you have to ask certain questions. It's only a certain type of question. Like it's just a generic, like, answer this, answer that. But you can get closer in a one-on-one or in a better setting. So I hope that athletes understand the difference. In those situations, and if you want to knock off some of the press conference stuff, that's fine. Like I don't think that's most time I don't think you can get some stuff from press conferences, but it's not absolute necessity. But by the same token, you have to also be available for legitimate questioning at some point if there's some stuff that's going on. If you want the attention and if you want the coverage that comes with being highly paid, represented, commercially, all that stuff, that's all part of it. If you take some of that stuff away, chances are you're going to take some of that money away.
And speaking of taking stuff away, all the leverage is gone. Like the way that things are now with the Zoom calls. Yeah. There's nothing separating, PD podcast guy and Calkins. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Like Calkins has no advantage over PD podcast dude. You know what I mean? Like, You can't really work charm. You can't build individual connections with players. Like I talked to Amari about that. I was like, "How are things in Detroit?" He was like, "I don't know." I said, "I might as well be in Memphis covering the team." You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
You know what I mean? I have no connection to anybody. They've never met me. I don't know who they are. They don't know what I look like. It's nothing.
Absolutely.
Like when we was in the locker room, me and JV I would look at JV because he knew if he did something silly, I was gonna laugh out loud. Those days over.
I mean, that's the
yeah.
That's like your BFF, man.
Now you could always have a good old fashioned side Josh Jackson conversation while the main press conferences are going on. Those days over.
Absolutely.
You could always catch Jonte Porter and see what he's got going on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You could have a vigorous debate with Solomon Hill, as I did, about which was better, Frozen or Frozen 2, from a soundtrack.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I tip my 42
or it'd be
your
mystified.
memory.
Or you'd be mystified.
Yeah.
By the athletes.
That's right. That's right. Or you
Our
could
job,
have
our job is so hard,
a
man.
very boring conversation with
The good old days over.
It's just different. It's different, and it's not. It's harder. It's harder to do the stuff that you. It's just harder.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's still out. You can still do it. It's just harder. It's harder to do. But anyway, I just the only thing that I want to bring up is, it's hard. I don't want everyone to just be painted with that same brush.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that not every athlete should be painted with the same brush of, like they all hate press. Not all. A lot of them love press conferences. A lot of them love talking to the press. A lot of them hate it. A lot of press do a great job. A lot of press don't. That's okay. Like it's we just don't paint everybody with that.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, the media is the enemy of the player. No, that's not it. That's not it.
You know, it's a good media guy, Sean Coleman.
You like Sean? Sean does a good job.
Sean just makes you feel encouraged, man.
He's a very positive. I would advise to kind of shave a little bit of the timing off.
Oh yeah, he'll actually elongate the question.
Then have to ask the full length of the question because there is a time element to the thing that has to be observed.
Sean be having those.
It's about a
theses.
45-second question,
Yeah.
which I know he knows what he's talking about for sure, but just shave a little bit off of that. The other thing is that the Grizzlies and these other teams, they have there's a certain it's like a 5-minute window basically, and so then they start to kind of cut it off. So the longer the questions, the fewer you get in. That's one of the other situations that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That's Marshawn, baby.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think it's silly if he doesn't want to be there to make him just stand there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Texter says athletes don't seem to mind press conferences when they sign a big contract or promote an endorsement deal. That's interesting. Yes, you're right. They don't.
Let me say this, man. Pause. Let me say
Dare you say?
Let me say this. As a quasi-media member, because I do lean towards being more of a pop star than a media member.
He was definitely he was definitely on his pop star.
Hey, you better be glad I ain't have my blue glasses on yesterday. I'm gonna pull them joints out, man.
He was on his pop star yesterday.
I almost pulled out the blue glasses on you. I had the skinny jeans on. I almost pulled the blue glasses almost came out, man. But no, the Tony Stark's joints. But we got to stop acting like this is the athlete show, man. Like it ain't about the media at all. Like if we didn't pop up a cameras in front of those dudes, I guarantee you they'll find a way to get on TV. They don't need Joe Schmo, the media journalist, to get any agenda across. Trust me. Like it's all about them, man. Like when we start kind of acting like, or fans start acting like, don't put the shoe on the wrong foot, man. Because the athletes are the stars of the show. Like it's not about us holding a camera and a phone to their face. Like stop.
I don't think anyone's saying that.
That's what he's saying. Oh, they don't mind, man. Whatever. If they never did that, they'd be fine. Trust.
No, I don't think. I think he's saying that media involvement, if as long as it's in their benefit, is they're okay with it. And if it's not, then
that's human nature.
That's human nature.
That's
not what he's saying about media.
But if they cut those cameras off, they still would do their thing.
I don't know. When we come back, we'll talk more about it as we continue in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
The truth is, before all this even started, people tended to social distance themselves from me when I was eating at Central Barbecue. Once I get elbow deep in some Central Barbecue ribs, it's always a good idea to keep your distance. And now that this is going on, Central Barbecue will always be practicing social distancing and counting on you to do the same. We all want to get back to normal, but right now, if we all want to enjoy some delicious Central Barbecue, we're also going to have to at least act like we care about each other. We're looking forward to seeing you at Central Barbecue. Just, stay about 6 full racks of ribs away.
Summer is about relaxing. Just you and your thoughts. Boring. Luckily, summer is also about America's Got Talent.
Are you ready?
Mind-boggling acts.
Put on your seatbelts.
Huge surprises. And $1 million on the line. So don't just summer. Summer with AGT. America's Got Talent, summer's #1 show, premieres tonight on NBC.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choates and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their 20-point $99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
There was this letter I read. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Come on, man. Rupert Holmes, ladies and gentlemen. If you have half a brain. If you like making love at midnight. Yeah. Good stuff. I like the discussion here that we've been having about the media's role in all of this. I'm very. It's hard for me to have a very strong opinion, because I'm very squarely in the middle on all this. I could see both sides without too much difficulty. So I don't think it's. I think you're right that the media should not overemphasize their role in all of this. But I think also athletes need to appreciate the role that they play nonetheless.
For sure.
I think we've seen here in Memphis is a good example of a lot of athletes who have been really, really good, who have gotten very little media coverage and have not, been very widely known as a result. And it's probably affected them commercially. And if they'd gotten more media attention, if they'd gotten more of that stuff, then I think that would have been better for them long term. Same thing. Like there's certain guys here in Memphis who got a ton of attention and who upped their stock as a result of that. I mean, the Tony Allens of the world and all that. Like that's the part of that came from the attention and everything else that was out there. So I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Like you in an ideal world, both sides are benefited by the other. But there are definitely some malicious influences. There's some people that ask some crazy questions, and not everything should be in bounds. Not everything should be asked. And players and athletes should have the right to be able to opt out or do something else if they need to. Right. Like that's okay too. I don't have. I don't think we need to force people on a regular basis to do this like every single day. Like we can work. We can do all that stuff.
And I'll say something that I think is kind of off subject, but it's still under the same roof or whatever. If I was a athlete, I would feel some type of way if my organization kind of had exclusive media rights over stuff. Because I'm like, it's not. Shout out to the Grizzlies, what they're doing. Shout out to all my friends that work at Grind City Media. But if I were Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant, whoever, I would want more of a wider span of coverage. I want to be seen on more than just something that's on Grizzlies.com. You know what I mean? I would like for people to hear me on the radio, see me on television, outside of playing in games. Like, it just seems like, I mean, I get it from the Grizzlies side, but if I was a player, I think I'd have a problem with it. Because I'm like, okay, I want to be on all the stations. I don't want to just be on the Grizzlies app. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to take a shot at that, but that's not mainstream big net. You know what I mean? No. They're not. I think they're limiting their local view. You know what I mean? And that I don't think I'd be down with it if I was a player at all.
And again, it also comes down to, I think, savvy observers understand that everything that's asked is asked from a, you know, like when the Grizzlies do their mic'd up or their wire, they do a great job.
Oh, it looks incredible.
It's really good. But it's also sanitized. Like, it's also you know, everything is preordained and everything is edited in just the right way to make it look good, and certain things are edited out and all that. So, you know, you just have to take that into account. Savvy listeners, savvy viewers understand that stuff.
And we talked about this before. I'm not down for a team controlling that narrative, because when it goes bad, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's say Dylan never turned into the villain and he just stayed bad Dylan Brooks. Because I remember some of the people who are villain this, villain that, were like, this guy's killing us.
Yep. Yeah, well.
And there was nothing Dylan could say about it because the team was controlling the narrative.
Exactly.
Some of the team's employees were destroying Dylan this season.
Absolutely. Some of the team's employees were destroyed. Lots of players in the past. And then, you know, Mike Conley's a good example.
That's a dangerous part of when the team controls the media, because they can switch on you.
I've had multiple players tell me that they understand that certain guys are fake and that they just accept that that's part of the gig.
Say that.
I'm not gonna.
You know I got you back. I'll say it.
I'm not gonna say anything. I will say, because you pop star, you can live the pop star life if you want to.
They say pop stars get pop. Where I'm from, pop stars get pop.
Real quick. One text I think is good. Saint O'Max says it sounds like we should just eliminate the media. The media has a job to do. I don't want propaganda. I want checks and balances.
I said it.
That's what it sounded like. You basically just saying like media doesn't need to be asking too many questions. I agree.
I'm saying you need to custom fit it for the athletes, man. If an athlete says, "Hey, this bothers me," we want you to be comfortable.
People want to know. People want to know the real deal, though. That people do want. They don't want just propaganda.
Fine,
they don't want propaganda.
That's fine.
We'll come back. Hour number 3 on the way.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles, ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
With double the seasoned beef and a large drink all for $5, Taco Bell's Grande Nachos truly deserves a Grande intro, perhaps with a Grande beat box. Said it's crunchy, cheesy, beef. Actually, that sounded better in my head. Go get the $5 Grande Nachos before they make a exit. Nope. Only at Taco Bell. At limited participating locations for a limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes. Double the seasoned beef as compared to the Nachos Bel Grande.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Veterans face treacherous situations filled with peril while serving our country. Many veterans come home physically injured, suffering from PTSD, have traumatic brain injuries, or other ailments. At an unprecedented time in history, our most vulnerable veterans are isolated at hospitals and their homes. Imagine having to shelter in place forever. Over the past year, Help Heal Veterans has sent nearly 500,000 therapy kits to isolated veterans and active military. Help Heal Veterans, with the support of citizens like you, creates, manufactures, and distributes therapeutic art and crafts projects for our veterans and military, making things better together. Join us in supporting an isolated or sick veteran and help them through this desperate time. To learn more, visit healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans, a not-for-profit organization that has been helping veterans for 50 years. healvets.org.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
No new accidents to report on the roadways. Just keep in mind, Sam Cooper at Hollywood Street dealing with a hit and run, in that area. That's Sam Cooper at Hollywood Street. But other than that, no accidents to report, but we are expecting to have rain for most of the day. So just give yourself some time and space with the cars in front of you and behind you. And this is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Some old forgotten words or ancient.
Oh, come on now. Soft Rock Tuesday. Hitting hard, now number 3.
To me as if to say, hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you.
Here we go.
It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that a hundred men or more could ever do. I touch the rains down in Africa. I touch the rain. Things we never had.
Oh, come on. Toto!
I'm on a whole nother vibe right now, bro. I ain't on it.
Yeah, Saints listening to the new Moneybag Yo. He's listening to Rookie of the Year. I told him about it.
That song doesn't drop until Friday.
Man, who?
No, it's
I'm
out,
bobbing
it's
right
out
now.
right now.
How?
I listened to it. I listened to it earlier today.
They said his song is coming out on.
No, it's
Do
out.
it better
It's out.
under pressure when I put to the test.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it starts a little slow, to be honest, and I think it gets a little better as it goes. The hook is good though. If you ain't got no check for me, don't check for me. Respectfully, I like that.
Yeah,
that's kind of nice. Although it's a little bit craven. Honestly.
Check for me, then don't. Yeah, respectfully.
If you ain't got,
I can't let my kids down on building up my legacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just trying to be your better me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, Saints getting it. Zane's listening to a different show. He's listening to music while we're doing the show. So Zach, just me and you for a little bit while Zane finishes this. It's a short song. It's not that long.
Hey man,
It's like 2
but
minutes.
for real though,
It's like 2
this
minutes.
is
It's not
this type of stuff people don't understand, bro. The dude who's got the #1 album in the country,
Yep.
is from Memphis.
Yep.
And he's making a song with Ja Morant on the album cover.
Yep.
About Ja Morant.
In the Grizzlies
This is like
practice facility.
Yeah, this is like some Space Jam-esque type stuff we're doing here, man. What are we talking about?
It's straight pop star.
Yeah.
Because Ja's got like a documentary or something coming up?
Yeah. Crackle on Crackle or something.
And you think that dude's about to go run and go play with Zion Williams?
Crackle.
That's what you think?
Crackle.
If anything, Zion probably wants to play with Ja at this point.
Let's see. Barbecue,
If you ain't
wing
got no
places.
check for me, don't check for me respectfully.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
That's right. Well, let's check
You
for
think
Ja.
Ja eats gumbo and etouffee and shrimp creole? And no.
I think Zion does.
That's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying. Which one? Okay, let's
can
throw
switch
this-
him over to-
Come on.
Well,
Which
we-
one do you think is a bigger? Do you think that it's a better chance that Ja's gonna leave Memphis chasing gumbo and etouffee and jambalaya, or that Zion's gonna come in for barbecue and wings? What are we talking about?
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of if it came down to food. I mean, listen,
Nah, New Orleans is fire.
New Orleans is great. I can't. It's hard to compete with New Orleans across the board. But thankfully, I don't think it's going to come down to food. I don't think we're talking about. He's not Guy Fieri over here. We're not doing diners, drive-ins, and dives. I think there's more to it than that.
Speaking of Guy,
Triple D coming at ya.
Speaking of him, did you see his contract with Food Network last week?
No.
He signed. What was it? It was like a 3 or 4 year, $80 million deal with them. I'm like,
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
like,
All right.
I'm like, is he playing football on Food Network or something? Because
Hey.
I'm like,
Hey.
what are you doing, man? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing besides sampling food? on
Yeah,
Food
$80 million. How about that? I didn't realize that. $80 million.
$80 million just to sample food across the country.
He's got two different shows. He's got Grocery Games and he's got Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives.
Who watches that?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah, I like both. You know what, Guy Fieri. Everyone's goofing on Guy Fieri because he is kind of like Flavor Town. You know, he's all that stuff. But like, apparently he's actually a good dude. Like he helped out a lot of folks in the pandemic. He gave a lot to. So he's actually good. He lived in Northern California. He had a place out there before he became famous. And a friend of mine like was out there and would see him. And he's like extremely well regarded out there by like just regular folks. Like they say he's actually a really good dude, like legit good guy. So I know everyone's like bag on Fieri. That's fine. Like, but apparently he's actually
Oh no, I'm
like a legit good guy.
No, I'm not bagging on it. I'm just trying to figure out how in the world you secured 3-4 years, $80 million. That's
because he's making that much more or more for them. That's the same thing as anybody else.
I need to talk to my agent.
Yeah, put on one of those hats. Put on a chef's hat. Since you're out there,
I need to
putting all
talk
these
to my
hats
agent.
on. Put on another hat.
The price just went up. The price just went up. I don't care. Like, I need to go talk to my agent.
Booty Snorker says, did y'all know restaurants pay to be on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but Guy promises 300% business increase? I mean, that sounds right. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's happening.
Yeah, that's definitely happening. But I mean, that's true on both on all sides. I think it would increase your business if it's, because you see like if you every now and then you go into a place that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, you'll see like all the stuff they put up on the walls, and yeah, that's cool.
Bro, I can't move past the fact that we've got a star athlete here, and all the local rappers hang out with him.
Yep.
But why? Y'all don't seem as excited about that as I am.
I mean, it's great.
But that's Allen Iverson-esque stuff right there. Because Ja is this generation's version of AI. That's facts.
Moneybag Yo, man.
And then Ja looks like he could get out there and rap with him. Like, that's the part. Like, when the Allen Iverson comps with Ja, to me, aren't basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that he looks like the culture. Allen Iverson was hip-hop culture early 2000s.
I don't know. You're about to start the trippy vibe again, man. Like,
hey, bro, like, that's major. Like,
it is major.
That is, but I'm talking about the SoundCloud rappers, You got Mojo, you got Jaren. You know, they all connected with Moneybagg.
Yeah, of course. But bro, like, what are you saying? like when they had the Memphis Rapper Night a couple weeks ago. Like to see Jaren get up there and just spitball all these Memphis rappers. I'm like, bro, like, man, I don't think y'all better get on this wave, man. Y'all better get on this wave with the Grizzlies, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. No, I think people don't realize that. That's a major thing. Moneybagg Yo, very, very big star. Big star, lots going on. Lots happening.
When NBA players in your city genuinely like your city, and there's things that keep them here. Like that matters, like big time. Stop playing.
I mean, come on. Where's the big timers for Zion? Where's where's Master P? Where's Juvenile? Where's come on, make him say
Big Frida. Where's Katie Red? Where are those people at?
Yeah,
where's
that's right.
all the food in the
neighborhood?
I mean, where's which rappers are shouting out Mike Conley?
I mean, like
Kanye
took him to Wyoming, so like.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay, who's shouting out Joe Ingles?
Bogdanovich.
Men at Work.
I don't even know which Bogdanovich. What's this Bogdanovich?
You can dance
first
if you
name?
want to. And I don't know from behind.
Bojan. Who's shouting out Bojan?
Bojan.
Are those two dudes related, man?
No.
No.
The one in Atlanta is super annoying to me too.
Bojan and Bogdan.
There's something about his shoulders I don't like.
That's very random.
Man, screw that dude, man. The whole Utah team gets on my nerves. The Bogdanovich in Atlanta gets on my nerves.
All I know is this: it's a 3-1. Series.
Yeah, we're looking.
Utah getting on everybody's nerves because they just keep winning, and they keep winning impressively. Last night, Grizzlies, man, look. I thought I really have a great deal of admiration for the Grizzlies' effort. They really work their tails off. They work extremely hard. They play extremely hard. There's no give up. There's no quit. They fight. It's a tremendous, like you look at some of these other series that are out there, and you see a lot of teams that just roll over and die, like Miami just rolled over. It's no effort whatsoever. A lot of these losses, you've seen teams just get blown out. Grizzlies have not. They could have easily gotten blown out because Utah has played so well. Mm-hmm. But they have refused to do that. They've refused to be blown out. They've refused to get beaten like that. They've been in every single game. They just, you look at the last 5 minutes or so. I think John Morant's, probably getting a little bit tired at this point because he's just playing tons of minutes and being asked to do a whole lot out there. The rest of the team looks a little bit tired. They're pushing really, really hard. And the Jazz just execute better in the last 5 minutes of the game. It happened in Game 3. It happened in Game 4. They're just a better team. And so that's going to happen sometimes, man. But I really don't think you can't fault the effort. The execution stuff. There's some things they could clean up, but they're just not as good as Utah. That's just that simple.
Oh yeah, for sure. Utah's an incredible team, extremely well coached. Did you see Quinn Snyder? You didn't see it. I don't know if you can see it on TV, but that man had on some skinnies yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah. He wears the skinniest.
That man had the skinny with the big shoes on. I said, look at my boy Quinn Snyder looking like about that right swipe life when he get up out of here, man. But yeah, well coached by him. He's a very underrated coach to me, man. I really think he's the deal. Like he's a tactician, man. I think he's really underrated for sure. He's got a ton of talent on that team, ton of guys who just really fit what they like to do, what he likes to do. Mm-hmm. Super disciplined. Like Coach Jenkins said yesterday, and the player said this too. Melton said, he was like, if you don't capitalize, they will. And we know that going into the games. You know what I mean? So one thing I will say about Taylor Jenkins as well is that he definitely has the player's ear.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like things that he says trickle down from player 1 through 15. Like when you talk to the guys, they're all saying the same thing, lock and step. Like he has that ability to lead men. It's strange because it seems like he wouldn't be the type of guy that it does, but he clearly does. And the guys are all bought in on it. They didn't seem too down. He didn't seem too down. They had their normal frustrations, of course, but they seem like they understood. They're close. They're close to getting this team, but yet so far away. but because that Utah team is legit. And I don't think people, like you said, it's crazy that people aren't really taking them serious, but especially with the Lakers, with AD being down, the Lakers probably won't get out of this Phoenix series, which is crazy. Like, that's real. Like, the Lakers are in trouble right now. And I think that makes Utah the favorites come out of the West, if that's the case.
Well, and that's the thing. I think Utah now is finally the betting favorite as of this morning coming out of the West, because I think people are concerned about Anthony Davis and his health. For Game 5 of the Sun series, looks like he's doubtful, may not play. That's certainly going to change things completely for the Lakers. The Clippers, no one trusts the Clippers. Injuries all the way around for the rest of the teams out there. I don't know why the Jazz wouldn't be the favorites based on the way they've played and how well they can match up with almost anybody. Like they match up really well. I mean, it's hard to find too many bad matchups for them. They have 9 guys that can play. Then they go with 9. They got 9 that can play. That's what they do. And as far as the Grizzlies are concerned, to go back to your comments about Taylor Jenkins, I think it's important to differentiate. There's a couple different skills that come into play when it comes to coaching in the NBA. You have the strategic side. You have there's 3 things to me, 3 major components. Okay, number 1 is the game preparation, X's and O's, preparing strategies, preparing the way you want the team to kind of go into a game. That's 1. 2 is in-game adjustments. Once the game is starting, how do you adjust to the flow of the play? What are you doing on the fly? How are you reading the situations in the game? And number 3 is how do you deal with the person-to-person motivation of players and talking to players, dealing with issues that come up on a personal level. How do you deal with players? Of those 3 things, saying to me, the third is by far the most important. The strategic stuff is definitely important, but if you can overcome and you can get to where you can have a good relationship with players and you can talk to your players and you can have you can be on the level with them and you can motivate them and you can have real relationships and be able to have conflict and all that and not have it be detrimental, then that's far more important. And I think that's where Taylor Jenkins is. Like I really think that's what he excels at. I don't think he excels at number 2, in-game adjustments. I think he's getting better, but I don't think he's that's not necessarily his strongest suit. I think they usually are pretty prepared in terms of number 1, getting prepared for a game, pre-game adjustments, all that. But number 3, I think he's done a really good job with, and that's the most important. That's Phil Jackson and all those guys. Like that's. If you can't motivate the players, if you can't get in there and really get along with folks and be able to get everybody pulling in the same direction, then it doesn't really matter how smart you are. Look at Bjorkgren in Indiana. Like, I mean, everyone says he's a genius at X's and O's, and like everyone hates him. Well, great, you're a genius at X's and O's. If everyone hates you, so what? You're not gonna play for you. Taylor Jenkins has got these guys do. They like him. They care about him. I think he does a good. That's the most important part of it, and I think he's done a really good job with that.
Is he the guy that? Do you feel like he'll be the guy? Is he the mountaintop coach?
I mean, I don't know. I think he's going to have to get better, just like these players. You know, how many players on this roster are mountaintop players?
Exactly.
So is he a mountaintop coach? I don't know.
Is he the guy that could coach a team like Utah to say, okay, look, we're going to put an emphasis on ain't nobody getting fast breaks on us. We take the foul in the backcourt. Is he going to be the guy who's – like this year, the emphasis has been on floaters. Let's get to the rim. We're going to lead the league in floaters, those type of things. Like, we're going to be that team. Like, is he the guy that can teach those nuances that make you a championship-level team?
I mean, I don't know. I think he might be. I'm not.
Because the stuff they do with fouls, like that's taught. Like that's a taught initiative behavior they have as far as being able to get contact and and draw fouls and create contact. That's something that's being taught to those guys. They're not just a bunch of guys who know how to do that. You know what I mean? So.
No, the technique, the technique stuff is top notch. I don't know. I mean, as far as Taylor Jenkins goes, I don't know, but I think he's growing. I think he's getting better. And I think he's done a really, really good job for the most part. Again, some of the rotation stuff is weird. Some of the lack of challenges is weird. Although his challenge last night I think was perfectly fine. I thought that was a ridiculous call on Donovan that Dylan Brooks didn't foul him. Donovan Mitchell. We got. There's a few things we need to correct from the NBA. Number one, you're talking about that take foul thing, where on a fast break you immediately foul. I hate that. Like, just if for a league that has done so much rules wise to encourage offensive play and to encourage up tempo fun play, for them to still allow you to take a foul, just a random obvious intentional foul to stop a break.
You said it should be 2 free throws.
It should be 2 free throws. I mean, I'm in favor of playing it like soccer, where you can play the advantage, where you just don't call the foul and you just let the player continue on. Like, if a guy's passed the ball and and somebody fouls right as he's passing the ball, just don't call the foul. Let him dunk. If it's a dunk like down the other end, just let him dunk. Like, just play the advantage. Or call or whistle and say there was a foul, but don't actually call it until after the play is over. Then you call that foul, and add
you let the play out, then you call it.
Yeah. Because because
that's what they're doing anyway.
It's exactly.
The late foul calls they call, like if he makes a shot, we're not going to call the foul. Right. If he misses it, we'll call it. They do that happens.
Yeah, that happens.
Like, that's real.
I hate that.
That's an initiative. Like they really actually are doing that. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, just let if you really care about offense and all, because it's such a. You're getting some of the best plays in basketball come from fast breaks, dunks, layup, crazy stuff like that. Those are highlight plays that you play over and over again, and the NBA is eliminating those with these take fouls. Like, I think
because that's truly an intentional foul.
It is. It's absolutely an intentional foul. Like, it's not. You're not trying to go for the ball. You're just trying to stop the play. Period. In the story. So that part I don't like. We also got to figure out some consistency on these landing area rules with players, because it's getting to where you really can't even contest jump shooters.
Yeah,
you got to find a way to players got to be able to land safely on a jump shot. But if you kick your legs out in front and then land and flop backwards, well, that's your fault. That's not a foul automatically just for you doing that. That's not.
And that's Donovan Mitchell's thing.
Yeah, I mean, you jump up and if you jump up straight up and come straight down,
cool,
fine. If somebody like gets Bruce Bowen and gets under you when you jump up straight up, hey, that's a foul. You can't be doing that. Right. But if you jump up and spread your legs out wide and land them in and your landing area ends up being like a 3-foot radius in front of you, well, then no one can possibly defend you, and that's not allowable. You can't protect a landing area that's the size of like a pitcher's mound, so that a guy can jump up there and
do all this wild
that's
stuff.
Not fair. Yeah,
and
that's
then
not
you're
fair.
dealing with different types of players. Like, in the past, your shooters were guys who were, your spot up guys who they're just standing in the corner, standing at the top of the key. You kick it out to them, they take a shot. You got guys like Donovan Mitchell who are uber athletic, shooting off the dribble. It's like, bro, you got to guard him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if he just out of nowhere pulls up a jump shot, stopping on a dime and pulls up a jump shot, your natural momentum is going to do certain things. And, some of those things really need to be evaluated, because the players are so much more athletic than they used to be. It's almost impossible not to get into their space when you're defending.
No, exactly. It's just not. It's not fair. It's not. I just hate those rules. It drives me crazy. We'll talk about if there are any adjustments that can be made for the Grizzlies when we come back. We'll talk about the other series as well, and how in trouble are the Lakers with the news about Anthony Davis. We'll talk about that as hour number 3 continues, presented by our friends at Acura of Memphis, online at AcuraMemphis.com. Go see them at 385 and Ridgeway, not too far from the Family Leisure Studios here on Mount Moriah. Terrific stuff, and that 2022 MDX is absolutely state-of-the-art, top-notch, looks fantastic, redesign, looks beautiful out there, and you can drive it home for a fabulous lease rate or a fabulous purchase rate. It's right there for you. Go check it out at Acura of Memphis, online, AcuraMemphis.com. When we come back, we'll talk about adjustments that can be made, if any. We'll do that next. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stats. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
It's happening again at Family Leisure. Don't miss out again this summer, because pools are going fast. Spas in stock now, too, and they're ready for delivery. New 2021 patio furniture, state-of-the-art in stock now, and up to 20% off select sets. Swing into spring with a brand new play gym, professional installation available. The temperature's rising, and so is the service at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together.
Summer is about relaxing. Just you and your thoughts. Boring. Luckily, summer is also about America's Got Talent.
Are you ready?
Mind-boggling acts.
Put on your seatbelts.
Huge surprises. And $1 million on the line. So don't just summer. Summer with AGT. America's Got Talent, summer's #1 show, premieres tonight on NBC.
Memphis, it's official. Crab Kings is where it's at. The best seafood with 7 flavors to choose from. Try the shrimp and chicken pasta. Now available is the salmon and fried lobster pasta, snow crabs, king crab, dungeons, and more. Don't forget about the calamari, shrimp, and lobster. The portion, the price, the taste. Only at Crab King. Visit us at CrabKingTN.com. Crab King Seafood and Pasta. East Memphis location now open till midnight for carry-out. Memphis favorites.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love and your soft lead. And it's me you might hear this on Sunny 103. How deep is your love? Is your love? I really need to love, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down. When the ocean let us be, we belong to you and me.
Y'all don't understand. You was on the porch, man.
Come on now. The Family Leisure Studios. Can you imagine cranking this up when you're out in your pool?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about right there. You want to have a party?
I can imagine it.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can. You're a pop star. You can imagine.
I'm good.
You're parking in apartments you don't even live at.
We're getting Uber drives.
You get Uber drives
places I don't even live in.
You know, it's just,
Hey, that sound like bars. I need to put that in the song.
that's right. That does sound like bars right there. So you what's the early review on that the new Moneybagg Yo
Man, fire.
joint?
Fire. I just texted one of my media
Joint.
friends. I was like, hey, man, if you smart, you would write an article about how the Memphis Grizzlies players are intertwined and interconnected with the rappers in the city, because it's not just Ja. Like a lot of those guys are huge fans of the Memphis rap scene. The Memphis rap scene is young and up and coming. You know, this version, because you had the grit and grind version of the Memphis rap scene, and now you got the Grizz next gen. See, come on, man, give me y'all free stuff. Do I need to get back in the writing world ring circle? Do I need to do that?
The what now? The writing ring world.
I need to get back in the writing circle. Come on, man. I got to write for y'all now.
You got to have to write better than that.
I got to write for you
dudes,
dudes, man. Like, there's an article waiting to happen, man. Like, this generation of the Grizzlies are super intertwined and with this version of Memphis rap.
Yeah, go for it.
It's not just a Moneybagg Yo thing. Like they know all these dudes.
Come on now. Go for it.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Come on, Drew Hill.
Come on.
Come on, Mark Giannotto. Jeff Calkins. Come on.
Get back in it.
I might just get back in.
Get back
What's
in
the rap scene like?
If y'all want me to write for you, let me know.
What would Giannotto's
What?
lead sound like from over doing the rap scene?
I talked to Moneybagg Yo.
What do I call you, Mr. Yo or Moneybagg?
Sharon Brown, my girl. Go write that. For real.
Give me some more information about Moneybagg Yo. The in a studio.
His real name is it's a play on words from his real name Antonio and been in the studio. What's Moneybagg Yo's real name? Antonio, right? Mario, huh?
Mario. I think it's Mario. I believe it's Mario.
It's a play on words between his real name Mario and being in the studio.
It's DeMario White Jr.
Come on, Giannotto.
DeMario.
Sharon Brown.
DeMario Dwayne White Jr.
DeMario. His name is DeMario.
DeMario Dwayne White Jr.
Mm. You know who the last Dwayne Jr. was? Weezy. Weezy, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, man, like that's a big deal, man.
Yeah. That's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Come on now.
That's right. It's a huge deal. It's fantastic.
Look at the intertwining of Drake and Toronto, like what that turned into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was complaining about that screen.
Exactly right.
You know, I was complaining about the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the kind of screen Champagne Poppy dropping in Jurassic Park, man. Come on.
Why your boy Drake is getting after Moneybagg Yo apparently? After learning his real name is that's right.
What are you talking about?
That's what it says.
Drake did what now?
Apparently, Moneybagg Yo. Apparently, is apparently he was mad at Music Choice, the thing that plays your music like in buildings, putting his real music out there, or putting his real name out there, and so apparently Drake. Drake made a little comment on his Instagram to kind of take a little slight joke at his. He said "DD White man" is what Drake wrote in Instagram to kind of take a little shot at instead of Moneybagg Yo calling him DD White.
Oh, okay. He's playing with him.
Yeah.
Come on, Drake. Your name is Aubrey.
Yeah. Oh, it's good though. I mean, I think that's more big time. If Drake's messing with you, that means
Right.
you continue to get bigger. And
Moneybagg Yo also looks like Michael Myers. Have you seen that meme where they said he looks like
bigger.
Michael
He does.
Myers?
Yes, I can see that.
Moneybagg Yo is the man right now, bro. Like let's speak on it. Like that dude was on DMX album.
Yeah, I mean he's got
And killed it.
millions and millions of followers, all that stuff.
Mhm.
He's number one album out. It's big. It's big. So to have your point guard shouted out like that and to work with him on that is big, huge. All right, the other series, the Jazz Grizzlies. I think we can say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna whisper this quietly, because a lot of fans probably don't want to hear this, but it's over. It's over. But the other series
Never happened.
The other series though are not over. Suns Lakers. So what happens from here? You got Chris Paul, who seemingly is healthy or healthier. He looked better in Game 4 for sure. Anthony Davis, he's got the groin injury that was big in Game 4, and it looks like it may well keep him out of Game 5. What happens from here?
The Lakers are done.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
They're not going to win another game?
They might. Not without AD, then. If LeBron can find a way to win this next game, AD will probably be back for the next one. And then, they can make it happen. But I don't think they're going to win this next game, man.
You just don't see it?
That Laker team with just LeBron and the rest of those dudes, it's not a good team. They're not better than Phoenix.
No, they're not. But I do think, I mean, LeBron is still, this is where LeBron is like, if LeBron's got it in him, Game 5 is where you need to see one of those vintage LeBron performances.
All right, just go
where
Crazy.
he just
supernova.
Yeah, where he just goes insane because he's gonna have to. That's the only way the Lakers are gonna win at this point, especially if there's no AD. But even if the hobbled AD, he's played and he hadn't necessarily played all that well for most of this series. I think DeAndre Ayton's outplayed him. So, I don't know. I think I tend to agree with you. I picked the Suns at the beginning of the series. I'm sticking with it. I think they're the better team. Clippers Mavericks.
It's over with for Luka. Luka McGrady. Another first round bounce.
Man, you can't. Luka's hurt. I mean, that's the thing, man. He's hurt.
Everybody's hurt.
He's hurt. He's really hurt, though.
It's the playoffs.
His
Everybody's
neck,
hurt. I don't want to hear all that.
He can't.
We making excuses for LeBron in there? Nope.
Man, but it's different being hurt and being hurt. Like, he's hurt.
Everybody hurt.
Because Luka Doncic in Game 3 was still killing everybody, and then he got hurt, and then he wasn't. Like it wasn't like some random.
Call him Luka McGrady. We're not calling him Luka Doncic.
No, you call him Luka Doncic. You should put some respect on him and Trace McGrady, who's a great player. Put some respect on everybody's name. Don't be out here just firing off shots randomly. That's ridiculous. Nonsense. Your hatred to Luka Doncic is out of control.
All right. Kwame Brown, I hear you.
Man alive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. About to get in this car and just start firing off on people left and right.
So what'd you say? I got to respect Luka, right?
That's right. You got to respect Luka. He's cooked two so-called superstars in this league. Kawhi and Paul George cooked them.
Where you gonna be at next week?
Until he got hurt.
Where you gonna be next week? Fish.
We're gonna see.
Hey, who's making songs about Luka here?
Who's the Slovenian rap star? Let's see. Slovenian rapper.
Who gives Luka Doncic shout-outs to rap songs?
There's a Slovenian rap scene. There's a guy named Klemen. He's probably got a great Imkaj, Turkaj, Nipki, Delaj Eagle is out here rapping in these streets.
Oh, okay.
There's somebody made a song called Luka Doncic.
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Last year. His name is Robbie Tripp.
Let's hear it.
That's Jaren.
Hold on, wait. I've never heard it.
Let's hear it. No, let's hear it. Come on, let's hear it. It's gonna be fine. No, it's gonna be fine.
Just go wrong,
It's gonna be fine. We got delay. We got delay.
We got delay.
You
got a button over there for that.
Come on. Gotta play that.
I guarantee it's
Come
hard.
on. I guarantee you it's fine. He's not cursing at all. You gotta
Let it
come
ride,
on.
Zach. You scared?
Let
man?
it ride. Zach. Let it ride.
I was so nervous.
Let it ride.
You got a dump button. Go.
Come on, let's hear the Luka.
What?
Gucci tracksuit, looking real slick.
Man, cut that garbage off, man.
Look at that. Yeah.
Look at that trash off. What do you say? That's a dime chick. What is it? I got a dime chick. Luka Doncic. Play it again. What do you say?
Young superstar, Luka Doncic. Came from the league, salsa with that foreign drip. Yeah, I want it all. Give me chips with the dip.
What? Get this garbage out of here, man. This is what y'all's savior is producing. John's out here linking up with the number one rapper in the
I
world.
want it
right
all. Give me chips with the dip.
Get the chips with the dip.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
some
he
Drake.
didn't even use the line, the built-in line like dime chick, Luka Doncic. Come on, man. You could have just killed it. He didn't even use that bar. Get out of here,
I want
man.
some real Slovenian rappers,
I
though.
want some chips with the dip. That would be fire.
Because I bet in Slovenian though. I bet it's some real fire rap though.
Yeah.
Looking real slick. I don't miss it all. Luka Doncic. Ride or die girl. That's my Doncic.
Oh, he did say
Young
Doncic, okay.
superstar, Luka Doncic. Came from the league, salsa with that foreign drip. Yeah, I want it all. Give me chips with the dip.
Sound like Gabe Kuhn rapping on that crap.
Yeah. What? Gabe would be better. Gabe would definitely be better than that.
Give me chips with the dip.
That's from Drake. Drake said that.
I know that. Hey, who's Dallas gonna sign a free agent this summer?
No.
That's from Drake. Luka Doncic.
I don't know. We gotta.
They're giving the draft pick to the Knicks.
We gotta check the card first before they make a signing.
Man, I know Mark Cuban will shoot somebody for.
Where's is Zion been shouted out in rap yet?
Yeah, I heard some song. Somebody said something about Zion. Something pretty new came out about Zion. I can't think of what it was.
Rick Ross did a Zion at one point.
Rick Ross also has the same body shape as.
That's a very similar sort of situation right there.
Yeah.
I don't see a whole lot. I don't see a whole lot happening with Zion. I think Ja's got him on that one.
Who's going to play with Dallas this summer, though?
What's the best white free agent?
Duncan Robinson. They're probably throw the entire bag at that dude.
There's a song somebody is this artist named Jay French.
Who?
Jay French.
Jay French.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Jay French? Anybody heard of Jay French before?
No.
No?
But he wrote a song about Zion.
Okay.
Let me hear it.
On God. Been through it all, but I stay up. Been through it all, but I stay up. I've been going strong, man. What took them so long to pay up? On God. Been through it all, but I stay up. Been through it all, but I stay up. I've been going strong, man. What took them so long to pay up? On God, it's still niggas that.
Whoa,
Hope we can get them
get
out
that
of
dump. Gotta get that dump. I knew we were playing with fire for too long.
Did I do it right?
I don't know.
How many more times I need to dump it?
Just one. It's only going to have to do it once.
Okay,
Shout out to Papa
I
John.
did about 15 times, so you know.
Pops and Papa John's on the remix. Yeah, my kind of music. Yeah. Who is that guy?
I like that. I like the way that guy talks. I like what he's saying out there. I like that guy.
Yeah, Papa John's doesn't come off. That slimy racist voice. Yeah, where's that guy?
Yeah, I like that. I like the way he refers to folks as
killing his own kind.
That's right. I like that. That's good. Get him a large pizza. That guy gets
all the sauce.
That guy gets every bit of it. Oh yeah, extra sauce for my man. Is that what they talk? That's the way they talk, right? That pizza was fire, like bro.
As good as a mug, yeah.
As good as a mug.
I don't know why they're talking about drinking mugs, but man.
That's
that's that deep rooted racism. Yeah, I put a nickel that guy's back. Yeah, that's kind of racism I like. The good old school guy.
That's right there. Oh yeah, nothing beats the old school right there. Papa like it. Papa like. Oh, I didn't realize he was just going to come right out of the gate with it.
Yeah, the players can protest. We can protest too. This is our protest. Yeah. Throw that water bottle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Get on the court. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
So dumb.
Very sweaty man is Papa John.
Yeah, Papa John looks like he's just a gross.
He's very sweaty. Just a real
Papa John.
Just a real creep. Just a real creep. This is what we're dealing with there from the old Papa.
But yeah, right now, Ja Morant is leading as far as song quality.
So far, yeah, because you got. Can we play? Is the money back?
Trae Young? I'm sure Trae Young has a ton of songs in there.
Is Rookie of the Year?
Is a clean version?
Is there a clean version out? I didn't seem like it was that. I don't remember there being that much.
Let me check
stuff in it. Actually, to be honest with
you. Come on, Zach. Come on, Zach.
All right. Seemed like it might be radio.
Let me see. Let me read it because you might be right. It might be something
made
for the radio.
I don't remember hearing a whole lot.
I didn't hear anything either.
I'm reading the lyrics now.
I didn't hear much. I think it's good. I mean, I think Papa John would like it because I don't think there's any N-words in it. But
I don't see a single curse word. Let me see anything that's just inappropriate.
No, I didn't see anything. There's nothing inappropriate. There's no references. There's no.
Man, play that joint. Joint, Zach. I'll take it. But Eli, it's my fault, Eli. Play that joint, Zach. Yeah. Had that button ready just in case I missed something.
Jersey, my city on my back, I got them ripping me. Heard me. Know I play with M's, must be stupid if she curved me. Fitted hat and forces, still be dressing like I'm serving. Rookie of the year, I got the ball and I got nerves. Remember having mask on way before Corona. He told 30 not to cross the plug, he went behind me, set the beat. I play like a beast, but my demeanor humble. Make me turn up, go so hard they got to retire my
Gotta get to the chorus, Zach. Get to the chorus.
Trying to go when I ball. Losses turn to lessons, I can't see myself falling off.
I ain't falling off.
I pull up and shoot off the rip, off the hip. Check the score, it's 20 zip.
20 zip. Action down 3-1. Don't check for me.
Can't let my kid down, I'm building up my legacy. I ain't compete with nobody, I'm just trying to be a better me.
Oh yeah, that's a vibe there, man. The typical 2-minute Moneybagg Yo song.
Yep, that's right. It's quick hitter.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
That's
See,
a hit, man.
Now, how much better is that than all that other
Oh, the garbage we
It's
just
not
got
even
to
close.
listen to.
We'll come back. Think about that while we take this. Think about that. Think
Eat
on that.
pizza
for a
like
little bit.
Zion. Give me some. I'm gonna try some. Give me try one. Give me that. I'm trying to try one. Look, get out of here, man. Get the meatballs. I'm gonna eat some. 20 piece like Zion.
Meat feast like Zion.
Vegetables, I don't want none.
Vegetables, I don't want none.
N-word like Papa.
Man, what?
All right, we come
double like double stacks.
Saucy like Wingstop. Oh, come on.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here with this trash.
Come on. We come back. We'll see if there's anything that can be done for Game 5 as we continue here. Hour number 3, presented by Acura Memphis Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario, and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
Upgrade your commute at Acura of Memphis. Seize the thrill and test drive one of our award-winning models, each packed with cutting-edge technology, luxurious amenities, and a driving experience that's sure to awaken your inner self. Driving shouldn't be a chore, it should be an adventure. Advance your drive today, shop our aggressive lease and finance options now, luxury is waiting at Acura of Memphis, or shop online 24/7, visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Whoa, for the longest, if you said goodbye to me tonight, there would still be music left to write. What else could I do? I'm so inspired by you. I haven't had it for the longest time.
If I ordered, those wings were coming soon. Ooh, I could feel my taste buds start to explode. And then I taste it. It's so sweet and hot.
It tastes honey basted.
I'll eat sweet heat for the longest time.
They know what's up. But yeah, as we pay an ode to the Grizzlies, whose season seems to be about to come to an end.
Yeah, I think it's just about that time. But look,
what if those Grizzlies go on the road as road warriors and make this thing 3-2 and bring it back home?
I mean, it would be tremendous. It would be tremendous
For sure.
for them, and I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they have shown a tremendous resilience throughout the year. It's one of the things that's been so impressive about a young team. I think they are probably well aware that they're not as good, but they continue to fight. They continue to fight.
A 3 for 10 game from Jaren. That's a 7 from 10 game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Grizzlies win on the road.
Well, and it takes one injury. Donovan Mitchell, if he gets re-injured or something like that. I mean, it just changes the whole tenor of the thing. But they've fought incredibly hard, played incredibly well for what you would expect. And guys, playoff basketball is just different. It's just different. It's a different feel for the fans. It's a different feel in the arena. It's a different feel for the players. It's a different feel as far as the strategy is concerned. Everything is different. Everything is different about playoff basketball. It just is. So it's a matter of how do you execute? How do you do all the little things? All the little stuff that the Grizzlies can get away with. Dillon Brooks, for example, we talked about it earlier. Such a phenomenal series for Dillon Brooks in so many ways. I mean, played tremendous individual defense as much as he can for against Steph Curry and early on against Donovan Mitchell and all. But his defense has fallen off, and then on the offensive side, he's been really good. I mean, the guy's averaging 27 points a game in the playoffs. It's crazy. But man, it's those little things, the little 2 or 3 possessions at the end of the game when he just goes down and jacks up a shot, or when he forces up a contested shot, or when he takes 1 or 2 bad fouls. Mm-hmm. It's those
or just
little
playing outside of the system. The Grizzlies system is based on getting open looks and not off ISO play.
Exactly, and he does that, and it just kills you in these games. And like you appreciate how well he's played, and so it's hard to criticize him because he's been so good. But that's that difference in execution between a good team and a great team, and he's. That's why he's a good player, but he's still a ways away from being a great player.
And just being honest, I love what Dillon's been doing. I'm super excited about the Dillon the Villain movement. But if Dillon Brooks is your second or sometimes best player on your team, that's not where you want to be.
This is your ceiling. This is your ceiling.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. You want him to be your J.R. Smith, not your Bradley Beal. You know what I mean? You don't want Dillon to be that
third best player. I think you can win with him as your third best player,
or fourth. I'd be even better.
I'd be better with fourth, but I mean, but third. I think you can win with him as your third. I think if Jaren were in Jaren mode, in John, Jaren, and Dillon as the third, I think you could do something with that.
And when I say J.R. Smith, I mean if you go back to that Cleveland team that won, when it was clearly LeBron, clearly Kyrie. Kevin Love was he's Kevin Love. And then, J.R. Smith was a guy who was knocking down shots, going on a crazy run. You want him to be that guy, that particular guy that you're dependent on to be the man and closing games for you. So, yeah, but Dillon's been phenomenal. But, at the end of the day, he's still Dillon. So.
I mean, the data collection that you've been able to do in the series
man, what are we talking about?
I mean, you've been collecting the hell out of some serious data. I mean, big time data. And when this thing's over and done with him, we're going to be able to really figure out, what the Grizzlies have. And I think you've learned a lot more about your roster, and you learned a lot more about some of these guys and what they're capable of doing. But I will just say once more, again, John Morant in the playoffs, not the I'm not including the play-ins because I can't do the math that quick on this right now. I'd have to go back to get my spreadsheet out. But just in the playoffs, this 4-game series against the Jazz, he's averaged 31 points, 8 assists per game, shooting 48% from the field. And again, he's only 23% from 3, which is kind of illuminating. Again, tells you an area where he needs to work on. But I mean, think about that, man. You had a point guard that's 31-8 in the postseason. Grizzlies have never had anything like that.
No.
Ja averaged 19 points per game in the regular season, and he's averaging 31 in the postseason. I mean,
ridiculous.
I mean, come on, man.
Well, Oh, he's been phenomenal.
Like, what are we talking about?
Do you think Ja feels like he's unlocked something? Do you think Ja feels like, man, I could go out here and drop 30 anytime I want to?
I mean, I think he's always felt that way. I just think it's been a matter of the aggression.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I think he's always felt that way.
I think he needs to kill the thing of, I just want to be the point. I think Ja needs to come out with that type of aggression every night.
Like, if you look at the amount of shots, he's averaging 23 shots per game.
Dang, really?
Yeah. But he's shooting 48%. That's fine. I mean, that's what you want. But, like, in the regular season, he averaged 13, or in the month of April, he averaged 13 or 14 shots per game. So he's taken 9 more shots per game than he did. That tells you the aggression right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's playoff aggression, which is good. But, you know, that's why he's probably not going to do that in the regular season. He could, but I don't think he's going to. We got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk to Rob Fisher tomorrow about all of this. Game 5 out in Salt Lake City. Got some very intriguing Game 5s tonight, too, as well. We'll talk about those. Coming up next, Middays on the Road. You're going to want to stick around for that, as they're going to be live on remote. They're going to tell you all about it, and Zach will be wearing his Middays hat to work.
He's so busy.
Show. So many hats on that man's head. Thank you to all of you guys for being a part of the show. We'll see you tomorrow.